Well, welcome to Mere, Indiana for today's girls Grant 4 action between the Eastbrook Lady Panthers and the Mississinewa Indians here in this first game. We are ready to go. Again, we're in Mere, Indiana, Oak Hill High School, the Grant 4, girls Grant 4 on Oak Hill's home floor. The Oak Hill Golden Eagles boys basketball team, your defending, or your new Grant 4 champions about a week ago, defeated the Eastbrook Panthers at Eastbrook. So congratulations to Coach Renbarger and the Golden Eagle basketball team on their Grant 4 championship. So now we're ready for the girls' action here from Eastbrook. Dalton Bishop alongside Josh Dakin. Josh, as you look at the both of these teams, when you get Eastbrook and Mississinewa, whether it's football, basketball, or any sport, there's always going to be a tough matchup.
Yeah, I mean, this is a rivalry that dates all the way back to like the early 40s. So this is an interesting matchup here in the first round. You wouldn't think it'd be the game of the morning. You would think that Oak Hill Madison Grant would be, but if you look at it, this is the best game of the morning. This might be the best game of the tournament here on a basis of how close the games could be. And with it being a rivalry, I mean, every conference team or every county team's a rivalry, but there's something special with Eastbrook and Mississinewa. I think this game could go down to the very, very end just because Eastbrook will play up to Mississinewa's potential.
Looking at both of the teams, when they played each other about a month ago at Eastbrook, it was a really close game. And then the second half, Mississinewa just put their foot on the throttle and took off. It was a 58-36 win for Coach Tandy and the Lady Indians. And Holly Greer probably played her best game of the year against the Eastbrook Lady Panthers. So I look for Holly to be active here this morning in this game as well.
Yeah, I mean, she had probably the best game of her career against Eastbrook earlier this year. I mean, she had 14 points, which I believe is a career high. She played a good game from start to finish. So it'll be interesting to see if she can be a key player coming into tonight. But I think the person to look for when you look at the Mississinewa Indians is you got to look at, I think the key player for the Indians is not Erica Foy. I don't think she's the key player because you know you're going to get her points and her rebounds. I think Allie Hewitt is the key for the Indians to secure a victory and possibly even try to take down the winner of Madison Grant Oak Hill. Oak Hill's clearly the favorite, but don't count out Madison Grant in that game either. We'll talk about that maybe here in a minute. But Allie Hewitt's got to have a good game if the Indians want to win because Erica can't give you 45 points a night. She's got to have some help, and I think the help has to come from Allie Hewitt in supporting cast, but I think she's the key player for the Indians today.
Yes, absolutely. And when you look at the most recent Grant 4 for girls, looking back as far as from 2010 to the 2011 season, Madison Grant won back-to-back girls Grant 4 championships in the 2010 to 2012 season era. They won back-to-back Grant 4s then. And then it was Eastbrook getting in there. They got a Grant 4 championship. Oak Hill came back the following year, had a Grant 4 championship. Eastbrook went back-to-back, and then last year, Oak Hill did it again. So they are the defending Grant 4 champions. Mississinewa, on the other hand, for girls basketball, has not won a Grant 4 championship and since 2001-2002 season. So I'm sure Coach Tandy would like to get that done here today.
Yeah, I mean, they have the longest drought of any team here in the Grant 4. It's 15 years. That's the longest streak right now. They have to play two really good games if they want to come out on top because Eastbrook's not going to be an easy, and Madison Grant or Oak Hill will not be easy. So they're going to have to play probably their best basketball of the season if they're going to want to pull this off. I mean, like I said, Oak Hill's the favorite. I mean, they have the target on their back. That's a team that has to be beat.
Well, we'll take a timeout and come back and talk about the stats after these words from Edward Jones. We value the communities where we work, so we're committed to giving back. You'll find our associates serving clients in our offices, but you'll also find us investing our time and talents to support local organizations and great causes. Many financial advisors are on Chamber of Commerce and serve as board members and event coordinators for local organizations. And our associates volunteer, donate, and support a variety of charitable organizations. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Welcome back to Oak Hill High School as we continue with more of our pregame show. The Grant 4 between Mississinewa and Eastbrook. Looking at the team numbers for the Eastbrook Panthers, they come in averaging 42.8 points per game, 33% from the field as a team is how good they shoot the ball. They get 30 rebounds and 10 assists. For the Mississinewa Indians, 57.4 points per game on 42% shooting. They get pulled down 29 rebounds but have 12 assists as a team. Looking at the top three leaders from both teams for the Eastbrook Lady Panthers, Kylie Stanfest, who is a junior, 12 points a game, 6 rebounds and 1 assist per game. Sarah Folk, a freshman guard, 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. And Brianna Stepp, 8 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist per game for the Lady Panthers.
And as you look at Eastbrook, who would you say is the key player for them that has to play well for them to pull off the victory? I don't really know a lot about Eastbrook girls basketball team this year because they lost a lot of players from last year, and I kind of knew those. Kind of break down who you think's their player and what they have to do to come out victorious.
Well, when I had the chance to see the Lady Indians practice, they have a boys practice team that comes in and practices against the girls. When I looked at those guys, there was a number 44, and this girl, her name is Bailey Disler. She's a sophomore. She's about 5'7". That's their tallest player. And looking at her, she doesn't score a whole lot, but the thing about it is she could score a lot because she gets a lot of rebounds. And so that's something Coach Tandy was focused on, is boxing her out and getting rebounds, because if she pulls down, 6 or 7 offensive rebounds and puts them back up, this team could be in trouble.
Well, yeah, and that's what happened with Oak Hill. They just didn't box out on their key players, and they got a lot of rebounds, and that's how they lost the game. But you're right. You look at the roster, there's no height on this Eastbrook team. So Hallie Plank and Erica Foy should have a couple doozy games if they can box out and get the rebound. They could have big nights or big mornings on the board. But as you look at the team for Eastbrook, they don't have one senior on the team, and they only have 2 juniors. The rest are 9th graders. So they have a very, very young roster. This team could be really good in the coming years. So that'll be interesting to kind of see and watch.
The 3 leaders for the Lady Indians is Erica Foy, 17 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists a game. Tyler Bartell, 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists per game. And Elena Webb, 7 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. Be back with Coach Liddick from Eastbrook after these words from Dennis Roach.
Struggling to keep up with your kids, your finances, your insurance, your life? I'm State Farm Agent Dennis Roach, and I can help you simplify and get to a better state. When we handle your auto, home, and life insurance, you'll have more time to handle everything else. More money, too. Because adding State Farm policies can earn discounts that could add up to 40% and actually help you get ahead. Call me, State Farm Agent Dennis Roach, at 674-9831 today and get to a better state with State Farm. Struggling to keep up with your kids, your finances, your insurance, your life? I'm State Farm Agent Dennis Roach, and I can help you simplify and get to a better state. When we handle your auto, home, and life insurance, you'll have more time to handle everything else. More money, too. Because adding State Farm policies can earn discounts that could add up to 40% and actually help you get ahead. Call me, State Farm Agent Dennis Roach, at 674-9831 today and get to a better state with State Farm. Struggling to keep up with your kids, your finances, your insurance, your life? I'm State Farm Agent Dennis Roach, and I can help you simplify and get to a better state. When we handle your auto, home, and life insurance, you'll have more time to handle everything else. More money, too. Because adding State Farm policies can earn discounts that could add up to 40% and actually help you get ahead. Call me, State Farm Agent Dennis Roach, at 674-9831 today and get to a better state with State Farm. Struggling to keep up with your kids, your finances, your insurance, your life? I'm State Farm Agent Dennis Roach, and I can help.
Back at Oak Hill High School for the Grant 4 opening round game between the Mississinewa Indians and the Eastbrook Panthers. Coach Liddick with us now from Eastbrook. Coach, come in, get the Indians here in the first round. Had a chance at them at your place about a month ago. What did you see out of that team?
We've always been taking pride in our effort. I thought we gave great effort that game. But a common theme for us is lack of execution, and that showed the first time we played Mississinewa. So in order for us to have a chance tonight, this morning, we've definitely got to execute a lot better.
What are some things that they do offensively or defensively that really concern you?
Well, they got two girls 6 foot tall. That's a big concern, seeing how our biggest girl's about 5'7", 5'8". So their size is a concern. When they're hot and they're on, shooting-wise, they can be very dangerous from the perimeter. So they've got dual threats. They've got perimeter threats and inside threats, and that'll give us concerns on our defensive end. Then when they're on defense and we're on offense, their length causes a lot of problems with passing lanes and getting open looks. So we're just going to have to be patient, work the ball a little bit, hopefully get them to break down and get us some good shots.
Coach, when I look at your roster, I don't see a single senior on your starting five. This team is young.
Yeah, we're very young. We start 2 sophomores, 2 freshmen, and a junior. So, but we're halfway through the season, and the excuse of we're young and inexperienced, I don't think we can use that anymore. They've got enough games under their belts at the varsity level that they should be executing a little bit better.
Coach, thanks for your time, and good luck today against Mississinewa.
Thanks, bud.
Back on the pregame with Coach Tandy. Coach, coming in against Eastbrook, who you had a chance to play about a month ago at their place. What did you see out of that Panther team?
They play hard. They're very well coached. They play every single possession as hard as they can play. They have a kid that rebounds and gets every rebound she can get her hands on, and that's tough when you're playing against a team that's just scrappy and has a lot of heart. And so that's what we expect out of them today as well.
I know you haven't had the chance to play in about a week and a half. Is that something, as a coach, that you like, or is that something that you wish you had a game in between?
Well, we kind of look at it as we have more time to prepare for Grant 4, to kind of get some rest, get some bodies rested. We did get up and down a lot against our male practice squad, and so that helps us to get that game feel. But I'm excited to see how our girls respond to that much rest off, and we'll see how it goes.
How cool is it that you get to be a part of a Grant 4 as a coach?
I think it's amazing. You know, when I first got here, I had no idea what the Grant 4 was and why that was such a big deal. But now I kind of understand the magnitude of it, and so I'm excited in my first year to be able to compete in it, and I hope we can be successful.
Coach, thanks for your time and enjoy today.
Thank you very much.
We're back in 2 minutes on the Tribe Sports Network.
We will have the national anthem and the start of this game. 2 minutes. This is the Grant 4 live from here, Indiana, and Oak Hill High School. Insurance Management Group's mission is to be the very best in their field of insurance and risk management. Insurance Management Group strives to provide their clients with an authentic experience by making sure they know the types of coverage available to them, as well as their unique risk. By identifying those risks and teaching their clients how to reduce or eliminate them, they are not just writing insurance policies, they are empowering their clients to take control of the factors in their lives or businesses that could result in a claim. It's impossible to predict the future, which is why insurance is so important. But proper risk management techniques have been proven to make a big difference in their clients' lives. If you have questions or need help,
Now let's meet the teams for game one. First, the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Mississinewa Indians. First, the non-starters. Number 21, Allie Blake. Number 22, Aubrey Kane. Number 23, Madison Dowdridge. Number 31, Laker Timmons. And number 33, Riley McKee. And now for the starters for the Lady Indians. And number 14, Holly Greer. Number 15, Allie Hewitt. Number 24, Erica Foy. Number 30, Tyler Bartell. And number 32, Elena Webb. Lady Indians are coached by Omega Sandy. And now the home team on the scoreboard, the Eastbrook Panthers. First for the non-starters of the Panthers, number 22, Zoe Ratcliffe. And number 44, Bailey Ditzer. And now for your starters for the Lady Panthers. Number 12, Sarah Falk. Number 14, Brianna Stepp. Number 20, Shauna Seaman. Number 32, Kylie Stanfest. And number 33, Lexi Bingle. The Panthers are coached.
Well, welcome back to Oak Hill High Schools. We're ready to go for the Grant 4 between Mississinewa and Eastbrook. Foy controls the tap and is controlled by Webb, and the Lady Indians move from right to left. But the basketball's Webb, swings it over to Allie Hewitt. Hewitt's got to have a big game here today. Hewitt driving with the basketball, goes inside, off the glass and in.
And like I said in the start, that's a key for the Indians. She has to have a good ball game, and so far so good. Good take to the basket.
Here is Stepp with it. Stepp goes over to Singer. Shauna over to Folk. And on the floor, Stepp gets it. Here's Singer. Singer kicks it out.
She double dribbled.
This is Stanfest. Stanfest over to Stepp. Stepp to Singer. Singer back to Stepp. Lady Indians in a man to man. Here is Folk out to Singer. Over to Stepp. Stepp driving, kicks it out. With the ball. Shot out of the corner from Stanfest, and she connects.
And that all happened because Elena Webb gambled a little bit. In a man-to-man defense, you don't really want to gamble in that situation. Not saying it's a bad thing, but it just kind of got him out of place and scrambling, so that's unfortunate for the Indians. Erica Foy wide open for the two down low. There wasn't a girl that touched her. Number 32, Stanfest with the ball over to 14, Stepp. Stepp gets it back into number 33, Binkard. Erica Foy grabs down the rebound. Brings it out to Elena Webb from deep. No good. Holly with the rebound for the Indians. Back out to Hewitt. Hewitt swings it back over to Webb at the top. Top of the key, Elena Webb with the ball. Drives it down, splits the double team, and is fouled on the play. Fouls on number 33, Lexi Binkard. That'll be her first and the team's first.
Nice play.
They're going to call a foul on number 30, Tyler Bartell with the push from behind. It'll be Eastbrook basketball. Number 12, Sarah Folk brings it down to Stepp. Stepp pulls it back out, swings it over to Folk. Folk at the top of the key. Thinks about the options, back over to Stepp. She looks, surveys the floor, Gets it over to 32. Standfest. Fest back out to Falk. Falk lays it up. No good. Rebound, Erica Foy.
Lady Indians out and running. Inside. Nice pass. And
She
Greer
traveled.
shuffled the feet and then traveled. So that's the first turnover on the Lady Indians. Inside, shot up, and in by Sarah Falk. Eastbrook, 2 of 2 from the floor with 4 points. With the ball, Tyler Bartell goes inside to Foy. Foy turnaround, shot up, and got it to go. Looked like it was going to roll out, but it went in. Foy, 2 of 2 from the floor. She's got 4 of the team's 6, and the Lady Indians have started the game 3 of 5 for 60%. Falk goes inside, shot up. She's fouled. I think it's going to be on Webb. And it is. So that's going to be Webb's first and the team's second.
And we have a veteran officiating crew here this morning, really. So that's a good thing for the game here.
So Falk with a free throw was up and no good on the first. She's got 1 more to come. So second one's up and in and out. So it's going to be a second foul, I believe, on Webb. It is. I'm sure Coach Tandy will have Riley McKee up off the bench here. It's 6-4. Lady Indians with a 2-point lead. And Josh, what are you seeing out of the Lady Indians so far?
Yeah, so I think offensively they're doing a really good job. They're kind of isolating Erica Foy down on the post, trying to get her a couple quick post feeds and easy layups. They did that really good. The other 2 baskets have been 2 easy layups where Eastbrook has not picked up, and they've had wide open layups, nobody within anywhere. So I think the Indians are doing a really good job breaking down the Eastbrook defense so far.
So Coach Tandy is going to gamble. It's the first quarter, and she's leaving Elena Webb in with 2 fouls. So the first one up by Falk was no good. She's 0 for 3. See if she can get over that hump here.
Remember that foul there here coming in the minutes, because if she gets her 3rd foul, the Indians are in trouble with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. So remember that play or these next couple plays to come as this game continues.
Yeah, she would be out the rest of this half. So Falk connected on the last free throw. She is 1 of 4 from the line. She's got 3 of the team's 5. And a jump ball and a turnover on Mississinewa, their second turnover of the game. 6-5. Lady Indians with a 1-point advantage. Here's Falk. Falk driving inside and throws it out, but it's off of Hewitt's leg. It's Panther basketball. Standfest over to Falk. Falk brings it out, and now she's driving inside. Gets it off to Singer, who floats it up, no good, and a rebound to Allie Hewitt. Out and running, Bartell. It was off of Eastbrook. So Singer misses a shot. Believe it or not, that's Eastbrook's only 3rd shot of the game.
Wow, they got Lakin Emmons into the game.
Here's Plank. Goes out to Lakin Emmons. Now to Webb.
That's interesting.
Webb with it. Here's Emmons. Goes inside. Beautiful pass. And Foy turns around. No good. Rebound Plank up, and she's fouled.
Well, they missed the foul on Erica. She got slapped on the hand.
It was a beautiful pass from Lakin Emmons. Put it right on the money.
Foy just had the momentum driving towards the bucket, which took her too far underneath the basket. Free throw by Plank is no good. She's 0 for 1 from the line. Second one for Plank is up and got this one. 1 of 2 from the line for Hallie Plank, and 1 of 2 as a team, 50%. 7 of 5 Indians with a 2-point lead. Inside was Step, lost control, and a shot up by Disler was no good.
Yeah, they're 2 of 6 from the field right now. They're not very efficient here to start.
Here is Webb. Webb with it. Gets it off to Lakin Emmons. Emmons inside. Plank kicks it out. Emmons has a wide open 3. She should have shot it.
I'm not quite sure Omega's giving her the green light, but you're right. She was wide open. Why not take it?
Here's Webb. Goes inside. Bartell, pass too strong. And it's the 3rd turnover on the Lady Indians.
So far, that's the 2nd or 3rd time we've seen that little pick and roll action, and they try to slip the screen and get down to the block. Look for that a couple more times, because that's what they've been running their whole offense on so far in the first quarter.
With it now, Step goes out to Folk. Folk brings it out, goes over to Step. Step looking to get it inside. Here's Folk. She drives inside, threw it off with the foot of Disler, and now a shot for Stanfest, and she got it. So Kylie Stanfest with her 4th point, and it's a 7-7 tie. Webb driving to the far corner, now gets it to Foy. Foy goes inside, goes up, and she was fouled. Can't get her banged up before she gets the chance to play this evening. And a legend himself in the house, Jim Brunner, across the way.
Oh, heavens. What is he wearing?
I don't know. He's in like a black men's suit. Here's another turnover on the Lady Indians. Their 4th. As Riley McKee just checks in for the first time. Here is Folk. Goes over to Step. Back to Folk. Folk with it. Goes back over to Step. Now Brianna's going to dribble. And hand it off to Folk. Now over to Stanfest. That's who has got to have a big game for Eastbrook.
And so far, really, Eastbrook's not attacking with the dribble. They're just passing it among the top of the key, not really creating anything.
Singer with a floater up and missed it. And back the other way come the Lady Indians. Here's Foy, saves it, but she was out of bounds. And make that 5 turnovers on Mississinewa. Coach Tandy can't be happy with these turnovers.
Well, she is happy with these turnovers because it's not a live ball turnover and because that's the way she wants to play. She said she gives them like 12 to 15 turnovers. She would rather have a turnover going full court pass out of bounds than have it come, a live ball turnover, easy layups. So I think she's all right with them. She's not happy with them, but you get the gist.
Shot up by Step was no good. Her first attempt. And now McKee out and running. Riley brings it back to the top of the key. Riley with it. Hands it off to Foy. Foy in the corner. Lakin Emmons thought about a shot. Now cross court to McKee. And
3 seconds.
There's 3 seconds in the lane by Plank. 6 turnovers to Eastbrook's 2.
I'd like to know how many turnovers you said Mississinewa has?
6.
You should have 6 turnovers in a half or a game, not in a quarter.
Eastbrook with 2. With it now is Falk. Goes over to Step. I think what Coach Tandy's trying to do is just keep subbing to wear out the legs of Eastbrook.
Well, yeah, because, eventually Mississinewa has many more bodies than Eastbrook. Eastbrook's only got 7 players on the team, so.
Inside Stanfest, no good. Rebound. Plank. She just took it right away from Stanfest.
That's an aggressive rebound there by Plank. They could have that happen all night, and I think Mississinewa is going to hold for 1 now.
Here's McKee. Gets it off to Hewitt. Hewitt driving inside, goes up with the contact, and she's fouled on the floor.
And that's. Go ahead, sorry.
I think it's going to be on Stanfest.
And that's
number 20, Shauna Singer. Sorry, Josh.
Yeah, you're fine. That's the last thing that Eastbrook needs to happen is foul trouble. They only have 7, so eventually you're going to run out of players. And that's her second foul, and they got to keep her in, and it's in only the first quarter.
Here's Hewitt, goes inside.
Traveled.
To Greer, she definitely traveled. And that's 7 turnovers on Mississinewa.
Yeah, we'll have to make sure to talk to Coach Tandy after the game about the turnover situation. They got to get that figured out, especially if they were to pull this one off.
Shot up, was blocked. Folk, she got it back. And at the end of the first quarter, Mississinewa 7, Eastbrook 7. We're back in one minute after these words from Grant County State Bank and Raymond James. We believe financial advice is more than just having a plan. It's about having the right plan for you, and that only happens with a true understanding of your whole life, beyond just your finances. Because as your needs become more complex, sophisticated advice and a relationship built for long-term become even more important. Raymond James, life well planned. Grant County State Bank is proud to be your locally owned community bank. They have been in business since 1939. They are a service-oriented bank, providing their customers with the best in customer care. They have 3 full-service branches for your convenience. These offices are located in Swayze, Sweetser, and Marion. Each office offers the best in experienced professional service. Grant County State Bank, growing in our community. Back at Oak Hill High School, out of the end of the first quarter, it's tied at 7. Josh, you have the team numbers in the first quarter for Eastbrook?
Yeah, so Eastbrook was 3 of 10 from the field, from two-pointer. They have not attempted a 3. Eastbrook has 1 turnover, which I think is 2, actually.
Yep.
And they have 2 rebounds. So they really haven't had a whole lot of chances to get on the glass because every time the Mississinewa goes down, it's even a foul or a turnover.
And here was a shot by Folk, and no good. And a rebound, Mississinewa. McKee goes up. Missed it. So Mississinewa 0 for 2 in the second quarter. Erica Foy leads the Lady Indians with 4, and Kylie Standfast for Eastbrook with 4. With the ball, this is Folk. Hands it off Standfast, and she definitely traveled. And that's the 3rd travel on Eastbrook. Or that's the 3rd turnover and the 2nd travel.
Yep.
Into the game is Tyler Bartell. So you have Bartell, McKee, Hewitt, Greer, and Foy on the court for Mississinewa. Folk, Step, Disler, and Standfast in for Eastbrook. Here's Hewitt. Gets a screen from Foy. Pick and roll. Foy goes up, put it in. She just used all of her muscle to get that one up and go in. The Lady Indians 1 of 3 in this quarter, and Erica Foy with her 6th point.
And they're utilizing that pick and roll here. Almost every play, they're trying to get that pick and roll little slip for Erica Foy, and so far it's worked out pretty well.
With it, this is Ratliff. Goes over to Step. Out to Ratliff. Ratliff fires up a shot, no good, and a rebound to Foy.
And they're getting out and running. Wide open is Allie Hewitt, up for 2 and got it to go.
Timeout quick by Eastbrook. It's going to be a full timeout. 11-7, 6:32 left in the first half. We're back in 30 seconds after these words from Dennis Roach.
In Grant County, you know how much it means to have neighbors you can count on, like the Cookout Kings who invite you over every weekend for Burger Palooza. Well, here's another good neighbor you can count on. I'm State Farm Agent Dennis Roach. My team and I are here to help life go right when you combine your home and auto insurance, which can save you money and time. So combine home and auto and start the savings rolling. Call me, State Farm Agent Dennis Roach at 674-9831, 674-9831, and get to a better state with State Farm. In Grant County, you know how much it means.
Welcome back to Oak Hill High School, 11-7. Mississinewa with the lead. As Josh said to me off the air, it's 0 of 2 this quarter for Eastbrook and 2 of 4 for Mississinewa. Erica Foy with 6 points to lead the Lady Indians, and Kylie Standfast with 4 to lead the Lady Panthers. What I'm seeing out of Coach Tandy here is she's just
she's just making substitutions to try to just wear down Eastbrook because they only got 7 players on their roster. So if you can just continue to sub, they're eventually just going to get tired. With it now, this is Step. Kicks it out. Shot up by number 12. Folk is no good, and a rebound to Riley McKee.
Yeah, I mean, the Indians have 11 or 12 players, and Eastbrook only has 7, so they just have to utilize the numbers.
McKee is fouled by number 12. Sarah Folk, her first in the team's third.
They're going to run out of fouls.
Here is McKee. Gets it off to Tyler Bartell in the corner. Foy, you can't leave her wide open, and that's why, because she just connected on a 3. Erica Foy with 9 points. In the lead is 7, and a wild shot up on the other side by Folk. She put it in.
And here comes the offense now. It's starting to light up in the gym a little bit. You're starting to feel a spark. Crowds are starting to pile in here for a decent crowd here for the first game.
Turnover, number 8 on the Lady Indians. Back the other way. And a missed layup by Step. And back the other way comes Mississinewa. Here's Foy driving inside, kicks it out. Bartell, nice pass to Hewitt. Got it!
And now you're starting to see what the Mississinewa offense is really made of, drive and kick. That's what Mississinewa is really good at.
Count it, and the foul. Sarah Folk at the other end. You can just feel the fire fuming from the gasoline.
Yeah, I mean, it's starting to pick up now. It's now 17-9 after the first quarter. I mean, we had a low-scoring game in the first quarter. I don't know what the numbers were, but
7-7.
Well, now it's 11-17 because they counted the basket, but it's like you're finally starting to feel the excitement start to build up here at this Grand Four. Things are starting to pick up. I think both teams are starting to wake up now. I think that's what it is. That's actually a really bad call. It actually went off on Mississinewa, but they missed it. I think the teams are starting to wake up now, and that's why we're starting to get some points. They're starting to hit some shots. But Mississinewa is going back to what they did all year: is drive and kick, hit your wide open shooters. They will make shots. They have good shooters.
Tan is in for the first time. That's Aubrey Tan. Lady Indians have just hit back-to-back threes. Now here is Webb with it. Goes over to Tan on a lazy pass. Now here's Foy.
And a thing real quick, Eastbrook's now in a 2-3 zone trying to make Mississinewa shoot, hopefully get them to take some bad shots and miss. This is where Mississinewa needs to do the dirty and make the shots.
That's the 9th turnover on Mississinewa. And back the other way, here's Stanfest. Goes over to Folk. Folk with it. Now this is Step, no good. And a rebound, up, no good. It's going to be jump ball.
And the thing there is they're forcing Mississinewa is forcing passes into the paint. And the way to break a zone is just quick ball reversals and attack with the dribble instead of forcing into the paint, drive, and then dish off or kick.
With it, this is Stanfest. Goes over to Ratliff now. Step. Step kicks it out to Falk. Nice little spin around move. No good, out of bounds. It's Indian basketball.
Yeah, well, Eastbrook's definitely attempted a lot more shots so far in the quarter. With 4 minutes to play, they're 2 of 7 from the field. Still have not attempted a 3-point field goal, so I'm starting to think that Eastbrook's probably not a good shooting team from beyond the arc.
No, they've not attempted a 3 yet. Webb with it. Lost the handle.
And she really struggles against pressure. They need to work with her on getting better against the pressure, and then she could be a heck of a guard. She could be a really good guard.
Foy jump shot was no good. Now here's Stanfest. Stanfest goes inside, floats it up. In and out. She got her own rebound.
And I'm not saying Elena's not a good guard. She's a really good guard, but she could add to it. If she could really handle the ball under pressure, she could be a 1,000-point scorer, and she could be a great player for Mississinewa in the future. She's only a freshman, so no knock on her at all. But
Folk came in and hit the shot, and then Webb traveled.
That's a good call by the official. She took an extra step after she picked up the ball, but that's what I'm talking about. She's got to be able to, you know, be able to work against that.
Turnover number 10.
Eastbrook only has 3.
Folk floated it up that time. That wasn't going to work.
Rebound. Okay, yep, sorry, go ahead.
Look at Lakin Emmons. You're talking about a girl who
hasn't played varsity
has
at all this
never
year.
played varsity at all. And now she's playing, and she's made 2 good plays that I've seen since I've started watching her.
And I'm almost wondering if they're playing her a lot here in the first game to where hopefully, no matter who they play in the second game and no matter what game it is, maybe trying to save some legs for tonight.
It was off of Eastbrook. It's going to be Mississinewa ball on a Webb floater that was no good. And Hallie Plank checks in. She replaces Lakin Emmons.
I'm almost thinking that's what it could be too, but I couldn't tell you. I have no clue.
Here is Bartell out of the corner of 3. No good. Back the other way come the Panthers.
Wide open.
Layup, Folk, got it.
They got to get back in transition.
Coach Tandy's had enough. She's calling timeout. And Allie Hewitt coming in. And it's 17-15, a 2-point lead for Mississinewa. We're back in 30 seconds after these words from Grant County State Bank. County State Bank is proud to be your locally owned community bank. They have been in business since 1939. They are a service-oriented bank, providing their customers with the best in customer care. They have 3 full-service branches for your convenience. These offices are located in Swayze, Sweetser, and Marion. Each office offers the best in experienced professional service. Grant County State Bank, growing in our community. Welcome back to Oak Hill, where the Eastbrook Panthers are now on a 6-0 run and only trail by 2. And Allie Hewitt has checked in.
And you want to know what the thing is? The reason they're on the run is because they're beating them back in transition, and they're just outworking the Indians right now. The chemistry's not there right now, and she traveled again.
11 turnovers on Mississinewa here in the first half. Oak Hill sits across the way to watch who they could potentially play this evening.
And just to touch on something, that's a turnover she doesn't want. She's all right with a long pass turnover. She's not all right with that turnover. That's a no.
So now with it, this is Ratliff. Ratliff goes over to Folk. Folk to step. Jumper no good. Rebound, Hallie Plank. Back the other way comes the Lady Indians. Webb cross court to Hewitt. Hewitt driving inside.
She traveled.
Turnover number 12.
And that's a good call by the official. She went up, she came down. There was not a hand on the ball. Good call.
So now, here comes Folk. Folk with it. Goes over to Ratliff. Ratliff working with the basketball. And Folk fell down, and they're going to call a foul. Which she did get a little body in there. And let's see who the foul's going on. Number 24, Erica Foy. First. Team's 5th. Into the game is Tyler Bartell. No, that's Riley McKee into the game, replacing Webb. Shot up for Folk. She was fouled by Bartell. And that's Bartell's second.
And they're trying to kind of spread the minutes here with Elena right now, trying to sparingly get her in and out just where she stays warm, even though she's got 2 fouls.
After watching the boys Grant 4 and then coming and watching our girls Grant 4, it just drags along the pace of the game.
Well, it's kind of the same story, you know. Mississinewa played Eastbrook for the boys in the first round, and
Folk connected on both of those.
Mississinewa never led in the game, but came back in the 4th quarter. And we got another close ball game right now, which we talked about earlier. This could be the best game of the day, as did Mississinewa Eastbrook boys was the best game of the day and one of the best games in Grant County history. So that's something to just think about.
Here's McKee. She's got to get rid of it. There's going to get a 5-second call.
Gets it over to Bartell. Goes back to McKee. Over to Hewitt. Now Foy. You got to keep passing to break this zone. Foy just finally takes a step back and shoots it, and it's no good. Over the back foul, going to be called on Plank. And that's Plank's first and the team's 7th.
And I thought the officials did a good job.
They've made the calls that need to be called. They're not calling little touch fouls. They're making the ones that need to be called.
It's 7-5 on the foul, so nobody should be mad. I mean, it's pretty even right now.
And now going to the line is Stepp.
Which, if I recall, she's not the greatest free throw shooter.
Yeah, and she missed that one, and Foy pulls down the board.
Percentages show that.
Here's Foy, goes over to Webb. Webb to Hewitt. Foy standing wide open across the way. Now they get it to her. Here's Plank. Goes over to Webb. Webb to McKee. In the corner, Hewitt. Cross court to Plank. Now to Foy. Wide open jumper. Missed it. She's a little out of rhythm. She's missed 3 straight. Now Stepp attempts a 3. Their first one no good. Stanfest with a rebound. Put it up and missed it. Somehow Stanfest missed it. Back the other way. Here's Hewitt goes up. Put it in. And that's the way the first half is going to end. At the end of the first half, Mississinewa 19, Oak Hill 17. We'll be back in 2 minutes with halftime stats. This is the Grant 4 live from Oak Hill High School. Stop by 959 East 4th Street in Marion and see the gang at Insurance Management Group, or give them a call at 765-664-2333. Insurance Management Group. Insurance Management Group's mission is to be the very best in their field of insurance and risk management. Insurance Management Group strives to provide their clients with an authentic experience by making sure they know the types of coverage available to them, as well as their unique risk. By identifying those risks and teaching their clients how to reduce or eliminate them, they are not just writing insurance policies, they are empowering their clients to take control of the factors in their lives or businesses that could result in a claim. It's impossible to predict the future, which is why insurance is so important. But proper risk management techniques have been proven to make a big difference in their clients' lives. If you have questions or need help with insurance, stop by 959 East 4th Street in Marion and see the gang at Insurance Management Group, or give them a call at
664-2333. Insurance Management Group.
Welcome back to Oak Hill High School. 19-17 at the half. Mississinewa with the lead, and at the end of the first quarter, it was 7-7. So a little bit of offense got going for both teams. Mississinewa doing an outstanding job of getting out in transition, but just turning the ball over, and they've got 12 turnovers as a team here in this first half. Speaking about teams, we'll take a look at the team stats, and I'm going to send it over to Josh Dakin.
Yeah, so as we look at the Mississinewa stats, we'll go ahead and talk Mississinewa first because that's what I'm feeling right now. Mississinewa is 8 of 19 from the field for 42%, and they are 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 50%. Just a little bit of, we'll talk a little bit of Mississinewa right now, and then we'll jump over to Eastbrook since we pulled up Mississinewa first. They got to find a way to get to the line more. They're not getting enough shooting fouls, and when they get to the line, they're not hitting their free throws. I know they only took them 2, but 1 point might be the decider later on tonight, depending on how this game unfolds. They're getting away from what they're good at. They're good at driving the ball into the paint, kicking it out to open shooters. Right now they're stagnant. They're forcing it into the paint on the pass. Usually you want to attack a zone with the pass because a quick swing, a quick reverse is what you want, but they're stagnant on the top. Kind of just not even quick swings. They're just passing the ball around, and then they're forcing it into a post player, and then they turn it over on the pass. So what they got to do is they got to spread the floor a little bit more, quick ball reversals, drive in. You have to penetrate the zone, kick it out to wide open shooters. That's how Mississinewa will win the game. They will not win it by just throwing it around and not doing anything with it.
Yeah, this zone that Eastbrook's playing is playing right into their favor. So,
which is why they're playing zone, is they want Mississinewa to take quick bad shots. They're not taking quick bad shots. They're just turning the ball over. And you would think in a 2-3 zone, it's not really to force turnovers. All it is to force you to shoot bad shots. And so far, Mississinewa hasn't even had the chance to shoot a bad shot because they're turning the ball over. And how many turnovers do they have, real quick?
I've got 12 turnovers as a team for Mississinewa. And what does Eastbrook have?
Eastbrook only has 3 turnovers.
Yeah, see. It's a wonder that Mississinewa is still ahead with 12-3 on the turnovers. But fortunately for them, they are in the lead. And did you give the team numbers for Eastbrook yet?
Yes. So we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about Eastbrook now and what they've did good and a little bit of numbers. They are 7 of 23 from the field for 30%. They're 0 of 1 from the three-point line for 0%. They have 3 turnovers, and they have 6 rebounds. That's a problem if you're a basketball team, boys or girls, middle school or elementary school. You have to have more than 6 rebounds. Have to rebound the ball to win basketball games, and right now they're not rebounding the ball. Now, I don't know how many rebounds the Indians have, but it's more than 6.
Yeah, and speaking of Mississinewa, I didn't keep track of the rebounds, but like you said, they got to have more than 6.
They got to have more than 6, and the problem is that Eastbrook's not getting a lot of rebounds because for the simple fact that Mississinewa is even making the basket, they're turning it over or they're getting fouled. So it's like there's not a whole lot of rebounds to give or get, but that's what they have. I would say who played the better first half? Eastbrook played the better first half. They were the better team in the first half. It's just unfortunate that they don't have the lead right now. They were the better team. They came out and played harder. They look like they want to win more. Mississinewa is just kind of going through the motions right now like they're still asleep on Christmas morning.
Yeah, and the individual scoring for both teams, for Eastbrook, they're led in scoring by Sarah Falk with 11. Kylie Stanfest has 4, and that is all of the scoring for Eastbrook. Now wait a minute. Yes, 13 actually for Folk and 4 from Stanfest. I was like, wait a minute. My points weren't adding up. But yeah,
only 2 players have scored for Eastbrook?
2 players.
Only 2 players.
Sarah Folk, Kylie Stanfest. For Mississinewa, a different story on the other hand. Erica Foy with 9 and Allie Hewitt with 9. And then Hallie Plank has one, and that,
Only 3 players have scored for Mississinewa?
yes,
Oh, man.
19 points, and that's how you get to 19.
That's
So-
just ridiculous. You have to be able to spread the wealth. Spread the wealth.
19-17. We're back in 2 minutes with the third quarter. This is the Grant 4 live from Oak Hill High School. Welcome back to Oak Hill High School, girls Grant 4. First game of the day, or make it the second game of the day, and the first Grant 4 game because the Mississinewa JV team took on the JV Lady Panthers in their consolation game, and the Lady Indians came out victorious.
21-11.
So here we go. And a turnover bright and early for Mississinewa, their first of the second half, and a missed layup the other way by Step. With the ball is Folk, goes over to Step. Step inside, threw it away. Back the other way comes Elena Webb. 4 turnovers on the Panthers. Webb with it, top of the key, gets it off to Allie Hewitt. Hewitt is fouled. Foul's going to be on, let's see, Shauna Singer. That is Singer's third, team's first of the half. Here's Bartell with it in the corner. Goes to Foy. Foy with it. Turns around, throws it in the corner. Bartell, wide open 3, and an air ball.
That was more of a drive and kick, though, and that's what I want to see. At least wide open shooters in a zone. Drive and kick. Shooters will be wide open. You cannot close out fast enough.
Somehow Falk gets those shots up, and I don't really get how she gets them up, just for the simple fact that she drives in, she's like triple team, and just throws her arms up, and the ball goes up with it. Sometimes they go in, sometimes they don't. So here is Riley McKee. McKee goes around her defender inside. Euro step. Beautiful move by Riley McKee to put it in.
That's a good move right there. That is a good veteran move.
Here's Stanfest to Falk. In the corner, Shauna Singer steps up, shoots it. No good. And a rebound step, put it in. Coach Tandy is going to be losing her mind if they keep getting offensive rebounds.
Which that's already 2 rebounds this quarter after not really rebounding at all in the first half.
Hewitt in the corner, Greer. Greer driving baseline. He's got to get rid of it, and she does to Hewitt. Hewitt turns around, shoots it. It's an air ball.
And there's nothing wrong with the baseline drive in a zone because they play up on the block, usually on the zone. You can run that baseline runner and get a couple baseline drives, but unfortunately they closed and put a foot on the baseline well, so it didn't work out.
The Lady Indians were red hot to start that second quarter, and since then they've went ice cold. Shot up by Stanfest, no good, but an offensive rebound by Step is good. Here is McKee. Riley at the top of the key. Goes over to Bartell, now to Foy. Erica with it. Brings it out and gets it over to Riley McKee. McKee. In the corner, Allie Hewitt. Back to McKee, over to Foy. Foy driving inside, goes up. She's fouled on the floor.
Good call.
Little hand check. Fouls on number 12, Sarah Folk, her going to be her second. Team's second of the half. And Hallie Plank checks in for Eastbrook. Tied at 21 with 5:30 left in the third.
She thought about pulling that there for a second. Bartell did.
Here's McKee. To Foy. It's a turnover. Now turnover the other way. Here's McKee. Out pass to Plank. Now to McKee. Inside Foy. Foy goes up. No good, and she was fouled. Erica Foy going to the line. She'll be at the line for two. Pretty good free throw shooter is Erica. This one's up and no good. 1 for 3 on the day for the Indians.
Not enough leg there. She's got to get more leg in her shot.
33%.
She's shooting it all with her hands. She's got to get some lower body in there. Look at her. There you go. That one was better. She actually used her legs. She pushes up, gets the beautiful rotation on the ball.
2 for 4 as a team for the Lady Indians, and they're back to 50%. Erica Foy in double digits now with 10.
Which now they're playing a zone now, it looks like, too. Or no, just kidding. They're man. For a second, it looked like zone.
Step goes up. Put it in. Brianna Step getting going. She's hit her last 3, and she's got 6. 3 players have scored for the Lady Panthers, and we're tied at, Eastbrook has their first lead of the game at 23-22. Pass inside, Plank, put it in. This is exactly how the game went at Eastbrook. They was close, and then all of a sudden Mississinewa got a run, and this kept going.
They got to get a stop, though. They're just letting her take it right into the paint every time.
So Folk went up with a shot and missed it.
That's their third turnover of the quarter, though, and that's the most they've had in a quarter yet this far.
Here is McKee. Riley. Oh, you got to shoot that if you're Hewitt. Allie with it. Goes out to Riley McKee in the corner. Bartell driving baseline. Goes up with a floater, no good. I don't like the floating shot. It's personal opinion. I don't like to see floaters. Standfast missed the layup the other way.
And they had 6 rebounds the whole first half. And they have 6 rebounds this quarter now. I could be off 1 or 2 because I feel like I missed a couple. I think they have 8 rebounds this quarter because Mississinewa is not turning the ball over as much now, and they're missing a lot of shots.
Here is Bartell. Bartell with it. Gets it off to Foy. Now to Riley McKee. McKee. Now to Bartell. Bartell to McKee. Goes out to Erica. Over to Tyler Bartell. Bartell inside Plank. She's fouled on the floor. Fouls on number 33, Lexi Binkford. Her second. Team's third.
That's a good call, too. She had a forearm to the back, and that's her third foul. So now you got to watch out if you're Eastbrook. She gets her 4th. You're in trouble. I'm just looking over here at the Oak Hill girls team real quick. How many freaking assistant coaches do they have? I got 6. 6 assistant coaches plus 1 down here. That's 7.
Yep.
7 coaches
on your girls' basketball staff.
Holy moly.
So the foul was on Folk, her third, and another turnover on Mississinewa. That's their third.
Hey, they're committed to excellence here.
Here is Folk. Shot up. Put it in. Take the lead back. Here is Tyler Bartell. Goes over to Erica Foy. Foy with it. Dribbling. Brings it back out. Goes inside. Shot up. Put it in.
They leave the middle wide open in that zone. If you can just get it into the middle.
Foy with 12.
We've been talking about how a quick ball reversal, drive and kick is good, but also a way to break the zone is to get it in the middle and then kick it out.
Folk shot no good. Back the other way. Allie Hewitt lost control. That's turnover number 4 of the half. Shot up by Stanfest, no good. Rebound Plank. Like Andy McCord likes to say, there's not sloppy joes in the hospitality room, but there's sloppy joes on the court.
Yes, for sure.
Bartell to Foy. Cross court to McKee. McKee inside Plank. And a jump ball. It's going to Eastbrook.
Yep.
That's the 5th turnover this half, and turnover number 17 for the game.
Hallie's got to do a better job of, well, number one, the team has to communicate. When the double team comes, you have to get rid of the ball. And Mississinewa is not doing a good job of communicating. That's why that happened.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and make my way down to the court to get the coaches' interviews for the next game, and I'm going to turn things over to Josh and Ryan Scott.
Thank you very much, Ryan. We're back here in the third quarter action in Mirror, Indiana at Oak Hill High School as Eastbrook and the Mississinewa Indians are on the court right now, 26-25. Indians lead. Dalton went down to get the coaches' interviews with Madison Grant and Oak Hill. And in the meantime, Ryan Scott and myself will bring you the coverage here for the rest of the third and fourth quarter. Number 32, Stanfest with a three-point basket up and is good. And Eastbrook hits their first 3 of the game and get the lead. They turn Elena Webb over, layups up and good, and they have a 4-point lead now. And here comes Eastbrook bursting onto the scene just like that. A timeout will do it.
Their biggest lead of this whole game.
And a good pass there from Hallie Plank. Or just kidding, Elena Webb to Erica Foy for 2, and the Indians are right back in the contest. Dalton was keeping individual stats for both teams. Unfortunately, we're not going to have stats for individuals in the rest of the third and fourth quarter. But as we continue, missed shot there by Eastbrook. I'll continue to give you the team numbers for Eastbrook because I want to see how they finish. Just kidding. We're just going to put the stats down and just broadcast the game. Allie Hewitt with the ball, swings it over to Elena. Elena over to McKee, back to Webb. Webb at the top, swings it back over to McKee for a 3. Got it to go! 3-point basket, Riley McKee, and the Indians are back up 31-30. Folk with the ball, she brings it up for Eastbrook, swings it over to Stepp. Almost stolen away by McKee, back over to number 32, Stanfest. Stanfest into Deisler. Deisler swings it back out to Folk. Folk throws up the 2-pointer, no good. Foy with the rebound. She brings it down to Webb, and the Indians will hold for 1. 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 5 on the clock. They get it into Erica Foy. She turns it around to Plank for the 2, no good. She misses the bunny. And at the end of the third quarter, on the Nicholson Realty scoreboard here at, well, it's not really the Nicholson Realty, but we're going to call it the Nicholson Realty scoreboard. Mississinewa 31, Eastbrook 30. We'll be back here in a minute on the High School Cube or the Tribe Sports Network or YouTube on MCSC Athletics.
Insurance Management Group's mission is to be the very best in their field of insurance and risk management. Insurance Management Group strives to provide their clients with an authentic experience by making sure they know the types of coverage available to them, as well as their unique risk. By identifying those risks and teaching their clients how to reduce or eliminate them, they are not just writing insurance policies, they are empowering their clients to take control of the factors in their lives or businesses that could result in a claim. It's impossible to predict the future, which is why insurance is so important. But proper risk management techniques have been proven to make a big difference in their clients' lives. If you have questions or need help with insurance, stop by 959 East 4th Street in Marion and see the gang at Insurance Management Group, or give them a call at 765-664.
We are back here in Marion, Indiana at Oak Hill High School with a score of 31-30. Indians over the Panthers, and we're going to start the fourth quarter here as Dalton, as we said, is going down to get interviews with the coaches. Indians with the ball. McKee swings it over to Bartell. Bartell back over to McKee at the top, and she'll think about it back over to Allie Hewitt. Smaller lineup for the Indians, minus the two bigs. They got three shorter guards in there compared to having somebody like Holly in. Bartell thinks about getting it down to Plank, and she decides that she's going to get a 5-second call. Just kidding. Timeout, Indians. Scoreboard stays the same with 7:30 to go. We're going to go ahead and keep it here because it's only a 30-second timeout. 31-30, Eastbrook trails. And what have you thought, Ryan, of Eastbrook so far here in the game as they're holding strong with the Indians? Maybe not what people expected, thinking maybe it could be a blowout. What are your thoughts so far?
Well, like we talked about once we first got here off air, you know, they're sticking with the Indians. We didn't think it was going to be this close. Eastbrook is playing a lot better than I thought they would. As, you know, a lot of them are fresh new on the court, and they can progress throughout the season and their next, if they're a freshman, the next 3 years.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think that when you look at the roster, you have only 2 juniors, 2 freshmen, and the rest are sophomores. There's not a whole lot to pick from when they only have 7 players on the roster. It's interesting to see. And, I mean, usually if you look at it in the recent years, Eastbrook is definitely the dominant girls team in the county other than Oak Hill. I mean, there's only 4 teams, but I'd say in the last 25 years, Eastbrook has been the best girls basketball team. And they're extending this. They're extending it. It's like it's a 1-2-2. It's a 1-2-2. They're changing it up a little bit here. And the Indians don't quite know how to break this right now as they're just dribbling along the top. You have to attack with your dribble. Bartell with the ball, swings it into Erica Foy. She lays it up, no good. Got a rebound, puts it back up, got it to go. Indians with the 2-pointers up by 3 now. Good move by Erica Foy to crash the boards. And the Indians finally figured out towards the end of possession how to break that 1-2-2. You have to attack with your dribble. And the 2-point basket for number 32, Kylie Stanfest, is good. And I thought it was a 3, but it was just inside the 3-point line for the 2, and it's a 1-point ball game once again. Scoring is starting to pick up. Here again, they get it back into Allie Hewitt. She lost it. Still Eastbrook. Stanfest on the run for the Panthers. She pulls it back out. Folk with the ball now for the Panthers. 5:50 left in the contest. Over to Stepp. Stepp with the ball, swings it back over to Stanfest, into Deisler. Deisler puts it up, and she's fouled on the play by Hallie Plank. And they're showing that the arms, the officials called that her hands were not straight up. And I agree with the call. Her hands were straight up after the whistle was blown, showing that my hands were straight up. But actually, when she fouled her hands were like this. They were not all the way straight in the air. So good call by the official. If you're going to be down there, you have to keep your hands straight up, and she did not.
Yeah, you have to stand straight. You can't do any leaning.
Yeah.
You're going to get called on the little things. like that.
especially in a close game like this. And now Eastbrook's got the lead after they hit the free throws. Eastbrook leads by 1. This is only their 3rd lead of the night, and their biggest lead's only 4. So good slip by Hallie Plank, puts it up and in. And here come the Indians, 35-34. Another pick and roll is what the Indians have did all game long. A little pick and roll, and it looks like a little slip to me by on the pick. Get her to go straight to the basket, wide open for 2. Step with the ball for Eastbrook. She lays it up, blocked away by Erica Foy. But number 20, Singer for Eastbrook, loses it, and they're going to call a travel. It'll be Mississinewa basketball. This game is ugly. A lot of turnovers. We're not keeping track really of the turnovers anymore, but there was a lot of them.
Double digits.
Double digits for both teams.
Yeah, let's just put it that way.
Most definitely. Riley McKee takes it in, lays it up. It was off of an Eastbrook's player's head off the backboard, and it'll stay Mississinewa basketball.
We're playing soccer.
I mean, pretty much that was a head. That was a header right there. Hallie Plank into Erica Foy, up and good. Little high-low action with the bigs, and it's 37-34 now. Indians lead with 4:30 left to go. And Mississinewa is finally starting to do what they do good. Your best player has to score, and when she's scoring, they're good. Layup by Falk, no good. Rebound, Hallie Plank. They get it over to Erica Foy, and she'll bring it up for the Indians. 4 minutes left on the clock here, as it's going to come down to the wire. Usually these tournament games happen to be pretty close. Foy with the ball, lays it up, got it to go. She's starting to find her rhythm now. Starting to find her rhythm. Falk brings it up for the Panthers. They're going to have to think fast. This is the Indians, I believe, biggest lead of the game, only 5, somewhere around that area. It's been close the whole game. Hallie Plank with the deflection. They get it in to Falk. She lays it up, no good. Here comes Allie Hewitt on the run. She slows it down. Good decision by.
I was going to say, you better slow it down just a little bit.
Good decision by Hallie Plank. Allie Hewitt. Sorry, I got my players mixed up. Good decision by Hewitt to slow it down, as Omega was saying, slow it down, slow it down. I'll say the officials did a good job in the first half, but here in the second half, I happen to disagree. 7-1 on the fouls. Eastbrook 7, Mississinewa 1. Really not calling it evenly here in the second half. Now, yes, Mississinewa hasn't fouled as much as Eastbrook, but they got to keep the whistle going both ways. And that's Singer's 4th for Eastbrook. And now it's a 6-point game as Erica hits the first. And Erica's second free throw up and good. She hits both of them. And now it's a 7-point ball game. 34-41, and it's stolen away by Hallie Plank.
Yeah, they threw it down floor, and there's no one there.
Not even anybody. There wasn't an Eastbrook jersey within 20 yards. McKee needs to take care of the ball. She picks up her dribble. She cannot dribble again. Hewitt with the ball, and timeout Mississinewa. On the Nicholson Realty scoreboard, Indians 41, Panthers 34. We will be back in a minute here on the High School Cube as it is a full timeout.
Grant County State Bank is proud to be your locally owned community bank. They have been in business since 1939. They are a service-oriented bank, providing their customers with the best in customer care. They have 3 full-service branches for your convenience. These offices are located in Swayze, Sweetser, and Marion. Each office offers the best in experienced professional service. Grant County State Bank, growing in our community.
back to Oak Hill High School. In the fourth quarter, Indians lead 41-34 with 3:05 left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better, Ryan. Indians with the ball now. Erica Foy with it as Eastbrook continues to bring the pressure. Step defending Erica very well, but she gets it back over to McKee. McKee with the ball. Little dribble action. And they're going to call 5 seconds. That is a terrible call by the official. I'm going to be honest. Omega and Corey aren't happy, and the fans aren't happy. The official didn't even have a count going, so how can you call 5 seconds when he doesn't even have a freaking count going? I don't understand that one.
In his head.
Well, it must have been because it wasn't on his hand. Let me guess, that's going to be Eastbrook basketball. Okay, we're not going to sit here and critique the officials. That's not our job. Those guys have the hardest job in this gym night in and night out because you can't make everybody happy. So I think so far they've did a good job calling it both ways. I just think that one call was not a good one.
Yep. Every call they're going to make, someone's going to be mad at them.
I'm not going to critique them any. Now, I thought that was a five. I thought that one was.
I would say that.
I think it should have been flip-flopped. I thought that one was a 5 second. The other one wasn't. And Mr. Liddick over here is livid on the sideline. When the official was counting here on the far side, Coach Liddick was on the other side of the half-court line. He was like, how is that not a 5 second call? I mean, good Lord. But whatever it may be, 2 free throws for Allie Hewitt. I'm confused on what's happening. Okay, I see. So what they were saying is it was Singer's 5th foul. She fouled out of the ball game, and Liddick's over here trying to stall. And the official with the ball for the free throws is telling Liddick to hurry up, get your sub in, let's play basketball. And that's what happened. The free throw's good by Allie Hewitt.
Hey, you got it right.
And it's 42-34. I know, that's a tongue twister. Hallie Plank and Allie Hewitt get me all confused. Free throws up, no good, and by rule, that's a travel. Her butt hit the ground with the ball. And a shot by Falk is good, and they're going to extend the full court press now. Step defending Erica Foy. I assume that is Eastbrook's best defensive player. Following this contest, we will have the Oak Hill Madison Grant game. After that, we'll be back here for 6 o'clock or 6:30 game consolation contest between the loser of this game and the loser of the next game, and then we will have the championship following that game at 8 o'clock approximately. We got 4 games to broadcast today. It's going to be a long day.
A lot of high school basketball on a Friday.
And we'll keep you updated with scores around the league, or not even around the league. We'll keep you updated with scores around the state because there's multiple high school basketball games going on today. Men's, a lot of county tournaments are going on today. A lot of holiday tournaments are going on today. So we'll try to keep you updated on scores as we get them. Also tonight at 8 o'clock, the Indiana Hoosiers will take on Youngstown State, and we'll give you live updates on that game as well, as we'll be probably watching it up here in the booth in the Eagles' Nest. So,
and at 1 o'clock, Kentucky plays Louisville at Kentucky.
That'll be a really good game. That's a rivalry that dates back many years. Anyways, while we were talking about a couple college games, Eastbrook takes it right down into the paint, lays it up, got it to go, and it's 38-43, only a 5-point ball game. We got us a full timeout. We're going to go ahead and take a break here. We'll be back in about a minute on the Tribe Sports Network.
We believe financial advice is more than just having a plan. It's about having the right plan for you. And that only happens with a true understanding of your whole life, beyond just your finances. Because as your needs become more complex, sophisticated advice and a relationship built for long-term become even more important. Raymond James, life well planned. We believe financial advice is more than just having a plan. It's about having the right plan for you. And that only happens with a true understanding of your whole life, beyond just your finances. Because as your needs become more complex, sophisticated advice and a relationship built for long-term become even more important. Raymond James, life well planned. We believe financial advice is...
Well, welcome back to Oak Hill High School. Indians lead 43-38 with 1:25 left in the fourth quarter of the second round, or first game of varsity Grant 4 action.
Yeah, and this is the semifinal, as you know, Mississinewa taking on Eastbrook here. And following this, we will have the Oak Hill Madison Grant game here live on the Tribe Sports Network. All you got to do is go to YouTube, go to MCSC Athletics, and we're right there. So thank you for listening, and please listen as the season goes on, as we will make sure we have more home games for you, and we will also be broadcasting the sectional live. Erica Foy with the ball at the top of the key with a minute left. 43-38. We got us a barn burner here. And Hallie Plank puts it up. No good.
No good.
Rebound. Allie Hewitt puts it up. No good. Hallie Plank with the rebound, and she loses it. And here goes Step of Eastbrook. All the way down the floor, coast to coast. No good. And there's going to be a foul on Elena Webb. And holy moly, as the intensity sparkens up there. And the official and a couple of Mississinewa fans are not very happy with the calls that are being made. Step with a three-point basket, way off the mark. It was blocked away by Mississinewa, and it'll be Eastbrook basketball as she shot that ball one-handed. Step shoots the ball one-handed. No good.
You have to try it sometime.
It hit nothing at all. It hit nothing but the air on the air ball. They get it into Folk. Folk brings it down in the lane, swings it back out to Standfest, and she's fouled on the play. She'll be shooting two. And Jeff Lick's getting all he can out of the officials. Because I don't think the official was calling that, but when Mr. Liddick went over there and said, hey, where's the call? They got it, which I think that's all right. 9-3 on the fouls. I agree. I think it's a good call. She got her with the body. First free throw up by Standfast is up, no good. Second one getting ready to come with 40.9 seconds left. Indians up by 5. Free throws up, good. 39-43. Indians up. Allie Hewitt with the ball, gets it down to McKee. Full court layup, no good. Rebound Eastbrook, and here they come. She's fouled on the play by number 33, Riley McKee.
You really don't need fouls right now. You're up. 32 seconds left in the fourth.
And pardon me, there's not a foul on Allie Hewitt. It's a foul on, just kidding, not a foul on Riley McKee. It is a foul on Allie Hewitt. 31 seconds left. They're down 4. Eastbrook with the ball. They get it into a wide open 33. She lays it up and got it to go. That's Binkard on the layup, and it's a 2-point contest. And number 32, Kylie Standfast with the foul.
It's getting a little intense here in Oak Hill Gymnasium at the Eagles Nest.
Pardon me, I'm so bad with the names.
Well, it doesn't help when you're sick, you know.
I do have a little bit of a sickness. Thank you for pointing that out, Ryan. My voice isn't all there. I'm taking cough drops and taking cold medicine like it's my favorite platter on a Sunday feast to try to get this sickness over. But other than that, I think we're doing really good. Thank you. As we look, she lays it up, no good. I can't see who it was. Standfast from deep, no good. Offensive rebound. Step, she puts it up, no good. 44 with the foul on the play, and she's fouled. Number 44, Bailey Deisler, up and fouled. She had to make it and one for it to be a tie ball game.
She is up with 1.4 seconds, and she's at the line.
1.4 on the clock, 44-41. Eastbrook trails, and they're at the free throw line. So my guess would be you got to hit the first, you got to intentionally miss the second, and hope that you can get the rebound and put it up and tie. First one's up and no good, so at this point it has to be a missed shot, immediate kick out. Most likely Mississinewa is going to win. But we're going to take a timeout here on the the Nicholson Realty scoreboard. 44-41, Indians lead with 1.4 left. We're going to send it over for a beautiful commercial break. We'll be here in a minute on the Tribe Sports Network.
We value the communities where we work, so we're committed to giving back. You'll find our associates serving clients in our offices, but you'll also find us investing our time and talents to support local organizations and great causes. Many financial advisors are on Chamber of Commerce and serve as board members and event coordinators for local organizations. And our associates volunteer, donate, and support a variety of charitable organizations. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. We value the communities where we work, so we're committed to giving back. You'll find our associates serving clients in our offices, but you'll also find us investing our time and talents to support local organizations and great causes. Many financial advisors are on Chamber of Commerce and serve as board members and event coordinators for local organizations. And our associates volunteer, donate, and support a variety of charitable organizations.
Well, welcome back to Oak Hill High School with the Indians up top, 44-41 with 1.4 seconds left here in the first round of Grant 4 for the varsity contest.
It didn't hit the rim, so it's an automatic no good. It did not hit the rim, and that should do it here. As we look, they just need to inbound it. Erica Foy with the ball. And as you hear the claps from the Mississinewa fans, it's over. You can put this baby to rest as the Mississinewa Indians beat the Eastbrook Lady Panthers 44-41. We're going to go ahead and take a little bit of a break here in between games, and we'll be back live with the coaches' interviews, and we'll go ahead and start getting ready for the Madison Grant Eastbrook contest that will tip off at approximately 11:30. So we'll go ahead and take a quick timeout, and we'll be back here very shortly on the Tribe Sports Network. Back here on the Tribe Sports Network, and as you take a look down at the court right now, you see the Oak Hill Lady Eagles and the Madison Grant Lady Argyles warming up here. And as we just kind of go ahead and reflect on what just happened, The Mississinewa Lady Indians just picked up win number 1 in the Grand Four tournament with a 44-41 win over the Eastbrook Lady Panthers. And I'm not sure if Dalton's going to get post-game interviews with either of the coaches, but as you take a look at the game, Ryan, the game was a lot closer than expected. Only 3 points when you thought, and a lot of people maybe thought that Eastbrook was probably nothing against them, but probably the worst team. Or I won't say worst, but the least experienced team in the Grand Four, just because of their youth. So it's a little surprising for me to see that a team like them hung around with the Indians. I'm still a little confused on what happened, but as we look at some of the stuff, I'm not quite sure what to think of it. I don't think the Indians played a very good basketball game. I mean, what are your thoughts on the game?
No, I agree with you. They didn't play like let's say they should have played. You know, we've seen better games in the past, especially in the mid-season. Yeah. And this right here at Grant 4, you have to play better than what the Indians did today.
Definitely. And we're going to go ahead and take another timeout here, and we'll be back. And we'll talk a little Oak Hill basketball and Madison Grant basketball when we're back here in about a minute on the Tribe Sports Network.
County State Bank is proud to be your locally owned community bank. They have been in business since 1939. They are a service-oriented bank, providing their customers with the best in customer care. They have 3 full-service branches for your convenience. These offices are located in Swayze, Sweetser, and Marion. Each office offers the best in experienced professional service. Grant County State Bank, growing in our community. Grant County State Bank is proud to be your locally owned community bank. They have been in business. Well, welcome back to Oak Hill High School as we get ready for the Madison Grant Lady Argyles and the Oak Hill Lady Golden Eagles. The Mississinewa Indians just came up victorious, and they'll be playing in the championship game tonight at 8 o'clock. And we'll have that for you just right here from Oak Hill. And that, like I said, the game comes up at 8 o'clock tonight. And we'll have the consolation game at 6 o'clock with a pregame and 6:30 for the tip. Mississinewa beats Eastbrook 44-41. Again, they're in the championship game. Looking at the matchup of the two teams here today, boy, oh boy, is all I got to say. Because the Oak Hill Lady Golden Eagles, a powerhouse team who defeated Madison Grant at Madison Grant by 49 points. Not 4 and not 9, 49 points. So here today, the Madison Grant Argyles are going to have their work cut out for them, but if they can play good team basketball, any team can win on any given day. And to go ahead and just, first off, I want to say thank you to Madison Grant staff for providing us with team stats as they brought those up for us here. And we don't have Oak Hill stats, so I'm just going to read off to you the Madison Grant stats because that's what we have. So for the Madison Grant Argyles, they come in at 4-9. They are 3-3 away, 1-3 in the CIC. Looking at the Lady Argyles, their leading scorer is Danielle Hudson. Maddie Evans would be their second leading scorer. So let's see here. I'm getting Danielle Hudson is close to her 1,000th career point. She comes in averaging 18.6 points per game. Maddie Evans with 8. And that's the leading scorers, the two leading scorers for Madison Grant. And Josh here today for Madison Grant, I think what you got to do is, if you think about the boys program, the Madison Grant boys program, What did they do 2 years ago against Eastern? They held the basketball. At halftime, it was 10-6 Madison Grant. At the final score, Eastern beat them 20-18. That is what I think, in my personal opinion, is the key for Madison Grant. So,
I think that if Madison Grant wants to win this game this afternoon against a really good Oak Hill team, the only way that it's possible for them to even stand is and hang around is if they hold the ball, run the four-corner offense, and force Oak Hill to make a mistake, and then they take advantage of the mistake. Other than that, I don't see a way that Madison Grant can pull this out. Nothing against them. Oak Hill's just the better team.
You know what? Coach Liddick is up here. He's getting ready to get an interview at the local radio station. If we have time, we will talk to Coach Liddick, and if Coach Tandy can join us, we will talk to her about that game that was just played a few moments ago. But for now, we'll step aside for 2 minutes and come back. This is the Grant 4 Live from Oak Hill High School.
welcome back. Have Coach Tandy joining us here in just a second as she makes her way up. Welcome back to Oak Hill High School. Coach Tandy's with us now after the Lady Indians come up victorious and advance to the championship game. Coach, I know the turnovers you were not too happy with.
Absolutely not. That was not the game plan. And we, again, are plagued by turnovers. So something we have to continue to improve on and practice and continue to work on.
I saw a call late in the game, and I didn't know what the call was. Riley McKee was dribbling with the basketball, and I don't know if the official gave a 5-second call or what call was that.
So when you have the basketball and you're not moving or dribbling, you have a 5-second count. And then once you put the ball on the floor, you have a different count, and he used the same count. So he started counting when she held the ball. Then when she put it on the floor, he didn't restart the count. And so that's what our end of the game offense is. And so that kind of took us out of what we were able to do at the end of the game because I didn't know how they would call that. And he didn't really have an explanation for it. So that was what that call was.
How big of a scare did Oak Hill present to you, or Eastbrook present to you there late in the game, having a chance to tie things up?
I mean, huge. I mean, you know, I trust our girls. I know that down the stretch they've learned in-game experience, how to pull games out at the end. I just wish they would get comfortable just keeping and making the lead. But I think we gained that experience this year on what happens when it's close, how do we finish games, hit free throws, take care of the basketball. And so it was nerve-wracking, but I think they like to keep them close so that they can continue to add gray hairs to my head.
You know, what's the game plan between now and 8 o'clock here tonight?
Yep, we're going to watch the first half of the Oak Hill game. We know what Oak Hill brings. We have already adjusted to what they do, and we'll be prepared. It's a matter of whether we'll execute that game plan and keep our turnovers down. And if we can do that, I'm excited about what we can do.
Coach, thanks for your time, and we'll see you back here tonight.
No problem. Thank you.
welcome back to the Eagles Nest at Oak Hill High School as we get ready for Game 2 of the Grant 4 between the Madison Grant Lady Argyles and the not the Mississinewa Lady Indians, the Oak Hill Golden Eagles. So here today you have 4-9 Madison Grant against Oak Hill. And Oak Hill only lost one game on the season, losing to Fort Wayne. So here today, Madison Grant and Oak Hill. I look for Madison Grant to do everything they possibly can and to try to win this game. And Coach Liddick is joining us now after the Eastbrook Panther and Mississinewa Lady Indian game. And Coach, you play Mississinewa this morning, have a chance going down final few seconds. What happened there that maybe you feel like you could have executed better to have a chance to tie and go to overtime?
We just didn't execute at critical times on either end of the floor. I thought we had an opportunity on the defensive end to get a stop at a critical time, and we gave up an offensive rebound simply because we didn't block out. And then on the offensive end, we had the ball at a critical time in the offensive end, coming on a fast break, and we just threw it away when we could have closed the gap there. Again, I told you before the game, I never question our team's effort or intensity. We're always giving 100% effort. We just don't always execute when we need to execute, and that's all part of growing up as a young team when you're starting a couple freshmen, a couple sophomores, and a junior. So we did a lot of great things today. We took care of the basketball. I think we only had 5 turnovers, and our defense was able to create a lot of turnovers on Mississinewa. I know they were in double figures, but I thought we took great care of the basketball. We just didn't shoot it particularly well. We shot 40% from the free throw line. If we shoot 60% from the free throw line, we win that game today. So, again, we're doing some good things, but we have a lot of areas we need to improve on, and I think this group is willing to do that.
What's the game plan between now and 6 o'clock tonight? Because obviously you've got another game to play.
Yeah, we're going to stick around and watch the first half of this game, and I'll get the girls back home and get them off their feet for just a little bit, let them get something to eat, and we'll come back in for a walkthrough and hopefully come back over here tonight, change a couple things from this morning, and hopefully come out with a win.
Coach, thanks for your time. We'll see you back here
tonight.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Jeff Liddick, head coach of the Eastbrook Panthers. Now we're getting ready to get underway with the second game of the Grant 4 between Madison Grant and Oak Hill. The starting lineups for both teams: at a guard position, number 3, Maddie Evans. At another guard position, number 5, Danielle Hudson. Third guard position, number 40, Zoe Barnett. At a forward position, number 44, McKenna Luger. And rounding out the starting 5 is number 50, Kayla Comer. Now the starting lineup for the Oak Hill Golden Eagles. The non-starters is being read now, so we'll wait the starters, and then I'll give you those. I know one of your starters is going to be number 11 and a senior, Kristen Dubois. So Dubois is a starter. At another guard, number 21, Janessa Hasty. At a third guard position, number 31, Kayla Roby. At a forward position, number 33, Adriana Trexler. And rounding out the starting 5 is a sophomore, number 43, Taylor Westgate. Madison Grant, coached by Elizabeth Garassi. Oak Hill, coached by Todd Law. And so here we go. Let's see what the Argyles have in store for the Lady Golden Eagles as we get ready to get underway here this afternoon.
And once again, another veteran officiating crew. This is a really good one.
We are creeping up on noon here this afternoon. It's going to be Comer and Westgate to tip things off here. Madison Grant in their road black uniforms with the gold trim. Oak Hill in their home white with the gold trim. So here we go. Whistle blown, tap up, and controlled by Oak Hill. They move from right to left. In the corner, this is Dubois, goes over to,
it's hard to see their numbers because Madison Grant's playing very good defense. Here's Westgate, turnaround shot up, no good. An offensive rebound, that was Roby. She kicks it out to DuBois. DuBois, top of the key, swings it over to Hasty in the corner. Inside Westgate, left hand up, put it in, and a 2-0 lead for Oak Hill. Back the other way comes Danielle Hudson, creeping up on 1,000 career points in her high school basketball career.
Who's that you said?
Danielle Hudson. So here's Maddie Evans with it. Evans goes over to Hudson. Hudson kicks it out. This is Luger. In the corner was Barnett. Goes out to Hudson. Now Maddie Evans. In the corner, Barnett. Got to get rid of it before you get trapped. Gets it to Hudson. Hudson free throw line, kicks it out. Luger, a 2-point jumper on the way. No good. Rebound brought down by Westgate. And now the Golden Eagles out and running. With it was number 33, Trexler, no good. Rebound to Madison Grant. And here is Danielle Hudson, who saves it. Now Barnett comes with it, and Hudson gets it and has got to get across half court before she gets a 10-second call.
I'm pretty sure she was out of bounds, but.
Here's Hudson, goes over to Maddie Evans. Barnett, back to Evans, over to Danielle. Hudson goes over to Luger. In the corner, Barnett. Zoe kicks it back out to Hudson. Hudson trying to drive with it. Goes back to Maddie Evans. Evans behind the back. Spins around her defender. Floater up, no good. Rebound brought away by Oak Hill.
Good ball movement, but you got to continue to move the ball and attack against Oak Hill because they're really good.
Cross court. With it now is Hasty. Goes inside, no good. Rebound. Comes down to Luger. And back the other way comes Madison Grant. This is Danielle Hudson. Hudson, a senior. Hands it off to Maddie Evans, who's going to play softball at Taylor University next year. Hudson over to Luger. Luger goes inside, threw it away. Their first turnover of the game. Westgate gets it off to DuBois. There's DuBois across half court. Throws it over to Janessa Hasty in the corner. This is Trexler, a 3, and got it. 5-0 lead for Oak Hill.
She's a shooter. You got to get a hand up and you got to get out there.
Back the other way comes Madison Grant. Danielle Hudson. Hudson looking. Looks to get it off to Evans, and now she does. Evans top of the key. Got to go with it. Now she brings it back out. Gets it off to Hudson. Hudson kicks it out. Maddie Evans, wide open 3 on the way. No good. Rebound, fought for, and a rebound comes down to Westgate. Her 3rd rebound of the game.
And as you look at it, Oak Hill's players are much taller than Madison Grant, so they have to make shots because they're probably not going to have the ability to get on the offensive glass.
Roby misses a shot. Good defense by Maddie Evans, but Luger couldn't pull it in. Into the game comes number 15, Brittany McCorkle, and number 45, Aja Smith. Westgate up, no good. Rebound to Roby and put it in. It's 7-0. Here's Hudson. You've got to get Hudson and Evans going. Hudson floater up, put it in.
That's a good shot for her. She's really good at that.
You've got to get Danielle Hudson going if you're Madison Grant. In the corner, shot up by number 21. Hasty, no good. Westgate with a rebound. It's a jump ball, and it's going to Madison Grant. So little momentum going here for MG. I'd like to see them get going if you're an Argyle fan. Here's Hudson across half court, who just had a running floater go in a minute ago.
And the way you're going to get Madison Grant going is Evans has to hit shots and Houston has to hit shots. And if they're not hitting shots,
Luger
you're not
going to
win games. Because really nobody else can extend the floor and make shots other than those two.
Here's Trexler, goes back to Hasty. Hasty goes over to McCorkle. McCorkle dribbling to the right. Throws it inside. Smith goes up. No good. Rebound. That was Westgate. And foul called underneath. Let's see who the foul is on. Foul is on number 44, McKenna Luger, her first, team's first, and the first foul of the game.
That's pretty good. We're almost 5 minutes in, and we only had 1 foul.
Pretty good game, really. And this Madison Grant's got to execute on offense. Here's a floater by McCorkle, no good. offensive rebound. Madison Grant took it away. Here's Comer. Now to Evans out and running. Hudson pulls up, shoots it, no good.
That's not a good shot. She was contested.
Back the other way comes Janessa Hasty. Inside, shot up, she's fouled.
That's a good call.
Here's an offensive foul.
That's a good call.
She shoved off.
She was.
It's an offensive foul, and the ball's going back to Madison Grant.
It was an illegal. It was a legal screen.
30-second timeout. Madison Grant 7-2. Oak Hill with the lead. We're back in 30 seconds on the Tribe Sports Network. More than just having a plan. It's about having the right plan for you. And that only happens with a true understanding of your whole life, beyond just your finances. Because as your needs become more complex, sophisticated advice and a relationship built for long-term become even more important. Raymond James, life well planned. We believe financial advice is more than just... Welcome back to Oak Hill High School. Oak Hill leads 7-2. Madison Grant with the basketball after a 30-second timeout. And here comes Maddie Evans controlling the point. Evans with it now, top of the key. Goes in the corner to Barnett. Zoe with it, kicks it out. This is Maddie Evans. Over to Danielle Hudson. Hudson dribbling, goes inside Maddie Evans. Shot up, no good. And a rebound comes down to Adriana Trexler.
The only way they're going to win is they're going to have to hit shots like that. Trexler with a three from deep. Got it. 10-2 now. Eagles lead the Argyles. Houston with the ball. Gets it back out to Evans. Evans at the top, we'll think. Gets it back over to Houston. Houston with the ball. Gets it back to Evans at the top, back over to Houston in the corner. She has a little float, a little slice and dice, up and good, 10-4.
So Danielle Hudson with a basket. Back the other way. Comes Oak Hill, it's 10-4. McCorkle with it, goes in the corner. Shot up on the way, no good. Looked like there should have been an over the back. And here comes Maddie Evans, gets it out to Danielle Hudson in transition, goes up, right hand, put it in. Here comes Madison Grant.
She got pumped up there. She made sure she yelled, "Let's go!" And
Danielle
whoa.
Hudson with all 6 of the Argyles points. With the ball is Hasty. Hasty kicks it out, McCorkle. McCorkle driving. Take it away, Maddie Evans with it. Here goes Evans. Goes up, put it up, no good. Hudson there to get the rebound and brings it back out. Step back, jumper on the way, no good. Boy, if she'd have hit that one, she'd have been all fired up. I thought Evans may have got bumped with the body, but a good no call.
She's going to take most of the shots for Madison Grant, I feel like. We were there for the Madison Grant Mississinewa game, and she took most of the shots.
Inside, shot up, Aja Smith. She was fouled. It's 10-6, 52 seconds left. So Smith going to go to the line. And I'm going to tell you what, Josh, if Madison Grant can play like this the entire game, they are in good shape.
Yeah, they'll be in good shape, and the number one thing is they'll wear Oak Hill down for the game tonight against Mississinewa. And that might give Mississinewa to break that 15-year streak.
So Smith hits the free throw. She's got one more to come. Spencer Ballinger, David Aarons, and Caleb Middlesworth here to support the Lady Golden Eagles. Second one up by Smith is good. And here's Maddie Evans. Evans going to control the point guard position most of the day, but Hudson will look to score. 6-point lead, 12-6, 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Hudson driving inside. In the corner, Barnett. Here's Barnett with it. Goes over to Maddie Evans off her foot, but somehow got it back.
Bad pass, but she traveled. That's a good call.
Gonna put travel on I think it's Zoe Barnett. Yep, Zoe Barnett with a travel. It's a 6-point lead, 30 seconds left in the first. Oak Hill probably going to take one shot here.
Well, that'd be my guess. And Coach Law, I mean, I know him decent. He's a very veteran coach. They were probably holding for one.
Yep, DuBois with it, down to 15 seconds. Goes back to McCorkle. Now back to DuBois in the corner. Westgate with it, goes back over to DuBois. DuBois inside. Westgate has
That's
nothing.
good D.
Shot up DuBois, no good. Westgate with the rebound, but the buzzer has sounded and no good. And at the end of the first quarter, Oak Hill 12, Madison Grant 6. We're back in 1 minute with the second quarter. This is the Grant 4 live from Oak Hill High School. Two, 3. 3-3. Insurance Management Group. Insurance Management Group's mission is to be the very best in their field of insurance and risk management. Insurance Management Group strives to provide their clients with an authentic experience by making sure they know the types of coverage available to them, as well as their unique risk. By identifying those risks and teaching their clients how to reduce or eliminate them, they are not just writing insurance policies, they are empowering their clients to take control of the factors in their lives or businesses that could result in a claim. It's impossible to predict the future, which is why insurance is so important. But proper risk management techniques have been proven to make a big difference in their clients' lives. If you have questions or need help with insurance, stop by 959 East 4th Street in Marion and see the gang at Insurance Management Group, or give them a call at 765-664-2. Welcome back to Oak Hill High School. Second quarter underway. McCorkle goes over to DuBois. DuBois back to McCorkle. Now back over to DuBois. Back to McCorkle. She's got to go back to DuBois now.
Here we go. We're just going to play keep away.
Play catch. In the corner now, this is Roby. Threw it away. Hudson with it. Madison Grant gets a bucket here.
She's very active. She's all over the place.
Let's see if the Argyles can come down and get a bucket here. Barnett goes over to Evans. Evans pump fake shot up. She was fouled. And now going to go to the line to shoot too. And she can shoot free throws. Maddie Evans, an outstanding free throw shooter.
That's a good call there by the officials. Came right down on the arm.
That's something you don't see out of high school players much anymore.
What, the
is
shot
the
fake?
shot fake. Evans free throw up. This one a little long and no good.
And one of the most important things about basketball is keeping the defense honest. So utilizing the shot fake is huge. In a game like this, when you're not going to make a lot of baskets, you're going to have to get to the foul line.
Evans hits the second. A 5-point lead for Oak Hill. Danielle Hudson with 6. Maddie Evans with 7, and that's the scoring for Madison Grant. Inside shot up by Roby is good, and the lead back to 7.
That's just too easy. You can't let her get to the basket like that.
Here's Hudson driving inside. Brings it out. Spots up for a 3. No good.
She needs to share the wealth. I mean, I think that they're so worried about Houston and Evans. If you get it to somebody else, maybe they can get a shot.
Good defense by Evans to cause DuBois to miss on that one. And now, into the game comes Janessa Hasty. McCorkle to inbound. McCorkle looks, gets it to Marissa Wilk, and she threw it out of bounds because she thought Hasty was standing in the corner. So the ball goes back to Madison Grant. And here comes Maddie Evans with the ball.
And once again, we can say this is kind of a sloppy game to start.
Turnover on Madison Grant.
Okay, real sloppy.
Now with it is Hasty. Goes over to McCorkle. Back to Janessa. In the corner, this is Drexler. Inside, Roby. Left hand. Put it in. Get out of her way. 9-point lead. 16-7.
And this is where Oak Hill needs to blow the doors off.
Here is Hudson. Hudson with it, rings it out.
Or let me rephrase that. This is their chance to blow the doors off. They could blow this game wide open.
Hudson driving baseline. Turnover. Back the other way. Nice pass. Put it in. That was Janessa Hasty. A beautiful pass from Kayla Roby. Here's Hudson. Hudson with it. Over to Barnett. Now hands it off to Maddie Evans. Evans driving inside in the corner. Hudson. Hudson a three. Long, no good. Off of Wilk, and it's staying with Madison Grant. Into the game for the first time here this afternoon for Madison Grant is Morgan Conliff. Conliff is a sophomore. Conliff goes up with a shot and missed it. Tried to get her own rebound. And here is McCorkle. Hands it off. Hasty. Knocked away. And here comes Evans. Madison Grant's getting the ball.
Yeah.
Getting Oak Hill to turn it over. Now they just got to execute on offense.
They're just taking low percentage shots, and that's the reason why it's 18-7 right now. Every time you run down the floor and jack up a three is not a high percentage shot. You got to spread the wealth, move the basketball, and attack. The only way you're going to beat Oak Hill is if you get them in foul trouble or you hit shots. And right now they're not hitting shots, so why not attack and see what you can get out of that?
If you're Danielle Hudson, you got to get to the free throw line at the CIC emblem and shoot that floater.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think she needs to keep on pointing it up. I think she's quick enough she can attack with her dribble and make a move. And I think that's the same with Maddie Evans. I don't think she's quite as quick as Hudson, but she can get into the lane, and they can utilize their dribble to get points. And I don't think they're doing that right now.
Foul was on number 21, Janessa Hasty. Here's Evans. Nice pass inside. And she traveled.
But instead of her trying to put that back down, she needs to have a little hook shot in her arsenal there.
Just go up with it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I mean, you get it in or you draw the foul. And
exactly.
DuBois is back in. Coach Law just keeps subbing to keep fresh legs on the floor. With it.
And they're much deeper than Madison Grant, just like Mississinewa was much deeper than Eastbrook.
It's Madison Grant basketball on the jump ball. So Madison Grant has held Oak Hill scoreless for like the last 2.5 minutes. They're just not getting shots to go in.
Yeah.
So Hudson with it now.
And, I mean, it's only an 11-point ball game. If Hudson can knock down a couple threes, we could have a game here. But they're just not doing enough offensively to keep it a game.
They have 1 point in the second quarter. Maddie Evans free throw. Evans inside. Nice pass. Hudson, 2-point jumper on the way. This one bounces in and finally got one to go in. And a 9-point lead for Oak Hill. It's back to single digits. Hasty inside. Threw it away outside with it now is DuBois.
Trexler is a fantastic shooter, so you have to close out on her.
Hasty floater off the glass, no good. Rebound fought for on the floor. It's off of Evans, and it's staying with Madison Grant. Into the game for the first time, sophomore number 23, Blakely Stitt. In the corner. Inside, this is Westgate, kicks it out. DuBois, three on the way, got it! 21-9.
Oak Hill really does a good job of spreading the wealth, as I've said for a long time. The wealth has to be spread. They got multiple players out there that can shoot the three and knock it down with consistency.
Here's Hudson, over to Stitt, now to Luger. In the corner, Barnett. Got to get rid of it. Gets it to Stitt. Kicks it out, Hudson.
Now, has Stitt played a lot? Because I haven't heard her name in the first quarter. Is she a threat to shoot the ball?
Yeah, she can score. She's more of a driving scorer. That ball was swatted away on Stitt's shot.
Is she a threat? What grade is she? Oh, she's only a 10th grader. She's only a sophomore, so she's got a few years left.
They called a foul on Hudson, and I'm going to have to disagree with that call. Hudson had her. She was there, had her body in front of the girl, and girl lowered her shoulder. But unfortunate call for Hudson.
Yeah.
That's only her first, though, so good news.
I was going to say, she gets 2. That's danger zone for
Hasty missed a
Master
3,
Grant.
and DuBois went to get the rebound. So a rebounding extravaganza for Oak Hill. Here's Hasty.
Oh,
Looked
she
like she
traveled.
traveled, definitely. And now DuBois a 3. Got it.
She's a good little shooter.
24-9.
Her and 25 are the only seniors on this team next year. They could be really good. They're going to be really good next year. They have a chance at the state championship this year. Think next year what it could be. Minus 1 player that looks like plays a lot. They're going to be really good.
Barnett with it's got to get out of the corner. Now Hudson. Hudson with it.
Well, and they have Evans out, which means really the only scoring threat right now is Hudson, and she has to get the ball. They have to find ways to get her open.
I think you got to have Stitt, Hudson, and Evans. I mean, you're not going to have the size, but you got to have those guards in there.
Yeah, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to spread the floor, because you're not going to beat them based on probably better basketball. You're going to beat them on quickness and ability to get to the basket. Honestly, I'm not trying to make it sound like Master Grant's way, way worse than Oak Hill, but Oak Hill's that good that you're not going to – they're probably about the best fundamentally sound girls team in the state. There's not many better.
Absolutely. And for some odd reason, Maddie Evans still sitting on the bench.
I wonder if she's got – no, they only have 4 fouls. I was thinking maybe she's got 2 fouls.
I don't even think she has 1.
But number 40 has 2 fouls.
So with it now, Stitt. And she almost threw it away.
It's just a force. You don't have to force that pass. If you didn't get it to her 2 seconds earlier, you need to pull it out and run the offense. And really the only way I think Master Grant's going to be able to score efficiently against Oak Hill is if they can get it out on the fast break and beat them down the floor with their quickness. Because so far in the half court, they're not doing a very good job of getting the ball in the bucket, unfortunately.
Well, when Danielle Hudson's your only offensive threat on the floor, then you're not going to have very much luck. And there was a 2-point bucket by Blakely Stitt.
I mean, I thought that was going to hit the clouds. It was a rainbow. But she got it to go. I thought it might have even been tipped, too, but right back at you.
Roby came back and answered. It's still a 15-point lead for Oak Hill. 15's better than 49. Here's Stitt. Stitt driving. Kicks it out to Danielle Hudson. Inside. Shot up. No, but a foul. That was Conliffe.
And if you're...
That's Madison Grant's bread and butter right there.
If you're 33 Conliffe, you have to make that and 1. The only way you're going to get back into the game against Oak Hill is to make 3s. Or 2s, and you're going to have great defense. You're just going to have to get... You got to get every point you can get. Because Oak Hill won't make many mistakes, so you have to get every point. And they're missing free throws.
They're missed free throw, yep. And you've got to hit free throws. That is the #1 priority when you're in close basketball games.
Yes.
Hit your free throws.
Yep. If you don't hit the free throws, I mean, you're not going to win.
No good. Hudson tried to soar in to knock the ball away. Here's Roby, goes inside. She is just out of control. Count it, and the foul. This game's getting out of control.
And that's the kind of stuff Madison Grant has to do. Get it down the floor, get the 2 and 1. I mean, you have to finish. Madison Grant's not finishing right now. And that's why the score's 17 points.
Roby a free throw. Got it.
And they don't miss from the line. They're very fundamentally sound.
Maddie Evans still not in the game for Madison Grant.
I'm almost wondering if it's a disciplinary reason, but I'm not sure. Like maybe like a missed assignment on like a box out or something, and she's trying to prove a point. I don't know. Maybe it's Stitz did a pretty good job.
Another turnover, and Hudson takes it away. She's out and running. Goes up. Put it off the glass. No good. I thought she was fouled. Layup at the other end is good for Hasty.
.8 on the clock. 20-point contest. Number 45, Aja Smith, checks in for the Golden Eagles.
So at halftime, a 20-point lead for Oak Hill, 31-11. Back with the second half in just a few minutes. This is the Grant Ford Live from Oak Hill High School.
welcome back to the Eagles Nest, where it's all Lady Golden Eagles, 31-11. Start of the third quarter. Here's Janessa Hasty. Goes inside Westgate, backs it down, count it, and the foul. A 22-point lead for the Lady Golden Eagles.
I mean, Dalton, let me ask you this. When you are Madison Grant and you go into the locker room and you thought you played a decent half and you're still down 20, what do you tell your team?
Score. And get stops, and then when we take the lead, hold the ball.
Easier said than done, but I agree. I mean, if I'm a coach and I'm going into the locker room and
if I had to, I'd get a whiteboard and write score, exclamation point, and hold it up to them every time.
I agree. I think that they're not efficient offensively. That's an over and back that they missed. I can't believe that they.
Well, you know, you're down 23 points, so, you know, the officials start lighting it up on you.
A little lackadaisical there, yeah.
Now you got to shoot it. Oh, no.
Oh, good. Oh.
If you're Maddie Evans, I mean, you're wide open. You got to shoot it. Hey, good defensive play. Knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, this might get ugly. Unfortunately.
Well, I already think we're there. It's 34-11. 7 minutes left in the third quarter. And now a missed shot. You got to get out and running. Evans dishing it off. Somehow, some way, had an excellent opportunity and did not capitalize.
You can say that again.
Somehow, some way, you had an opportunity and did not capitalize.
Thank you very much, Dalton.
Here's Hudson. Hudson with it. Gonna go over to Barnett. Barnett with it. Kicks it out to Hudson. Hudson with it. Hands it off to Maddie Evans. Spots up for a three. Way off the mark. Back the other way. Hasty. Knocked Evans right to the floor. Ran in there like a locomotive coming through town. And again, a no call. I guess the official kind of fell asleep there.
Looked like a Boilermaker running through the Arizona Wildcats the other night.
He said, well, you're up 23. You can run her over, and I ain't going to see it. 'Cause that's what happened. Here's DuBois. It's a 25-point lead now. In the corner. This is Trexler. Kicks it out to Hasty. Now DuBois, who can shoot it from downtown Sweetser. With it now. Roby goes up, no good. Hudson. It's off of her. And now it's staying with Oak Hill. And the rebounding extravaganza continues. As Oak Hill is now up to about somewhere around the 30 rebound range, I would assume. Because they've missed about 10 shots under the basket and got every single one of the rebounds. Westgate goes up, missed it. Finally a rebound for Madison Grant. Back the other way comes Maddie Evans. Evans at the free throw line. Now brings it out into the corner. Gets it out to Danielle Hudson. Hudson with it, top of the key. Now she's ready to go.
I mean, if I'm the coach, I almost don't know what to say right now when I'm down 36-11.
Well, that's why Garassi's just kind of standing there and just letting things play out.
You almost don't know what to say. Now, how long has she been the coach here at Madison Grant?
This is her second year.
Okay, what was her record last year? Okay.
I couldn't tell you. With it, here is Evans to Hudson. Kicks it out. Back to Hudson. Floater. No good. When that shot's not falling, Madison Grant's not going anywhere.
Yeah. She's got to make that shot.
If Maddie Evans and Danielle Hudson don't score, Madison Grant doesn't score. To the baseline.
Pretty much.
Roby, no good. An offensive rebound taken away. Madison Grant out and running. If I was Maddie Evans, I'd stop and shoot it from the volleyball line. No, but she got knocked to the floor. They're trying to play UFC on the court and beat each other up. So now going to the free throw line is Maddie Evans.
Your analogies always seem to amaze me, Mr. Bishop.
At the line is Evans. Shot up. perfect. 36-12. Knock it down one more time, Maddie Evans. Well, now, I mean, Evans hit the point, and they said she has 1 point, but I think she has 2. Second one up, and no good. Now they finally put it up. Scoreboard's about a half an hour delay. Here is McCorkle with it. In the corner with it is Hasty. Goes out to McCorkle. In the corner. Goes inside Westgate. Goes up. Count it. And the foul. And this is a track meet. Because Oak Hill is running all over Madison Grant. 38-12. Into the game comes number 33, Morgan Conliff. Shot up by Westgate.
Good. And nothing against Madison Grant, but I'm pretty sure this is what most people predicted.
Coach Elizabeth Garossi says she wants a full timeout, and I do as well. It's 39-12, 4 minutes left in the third. Back in 1 minute on the Tribe Sports Network. Since 1939. They are a service-oriented bank, providing their customers with the best in customer care. They have 3 full-service branches for your convenience. These offices are located in Swayze, Sweetser, and Marion. Each office offers the best in experienced professional service. Grant County State Bank, growing in our community. Grant County State Bank is proud to be your locally owned community bank. They have been in business since 1939. They are a service-oriented bank, providing their customers with the best in customer care. They have 3 full-service branches for your convenience. These offices are located in Swayze, Sweetser, and Marion. Each office offers the best in experienced professional service. Grant County State Bank, growing in our community. Welcome back to the old famous Eagles Nest in Mere, Indiana at Oak Hill High School. Hudson with it. Goes over to Conliff. Now Barnett looks like she traveled about 6 times there, no call. Here's Maddie Evans. Evans with it. Needs to bring it back out. Now she does. Hands it off to Danielle Hudson. Hudson gets it off to Maddie Evans. If I was Maddie Evans, I'd launch it from half court if I had to. Inside, beautiful play. Didn't convert.
They're just not
finishing. You got to finish. You never know if Maddie Evans gets going from the volleyball line. Madison Grant might work the way back in it. Maddie Evans is a great shooter. I mean, she is a great shooter. She gets going. And an air ball and a free throw. Conliff's second free throw, no good. And back the other way comes the Golden Eagles. Shot up. An air ball again. It's air ball city. We're not in Mere, Indiana. We're in air ball city, Indiana. Here's McCorkle. With it now was number 33, Trexler. Josh, what do you do if you're Madison Grant? I mean,
well, if I'm the coach, I'm just saying, hey, this is kind of like a practice now. We just need to go out there and we need to do the things to get better. They need to work on the things that they did not do good in the first half and what they have not did good against other opponents this year, and they need to put that together, and they need to really focus on the things that they need to work on the most here in the third and fourth quarter, because that's how they're going to make a better team. It's not just, hey, here's the ball, go out and play, we'll play street ball. No, they're going to work on things to get better overall.
Here's Hudson with it. Barnett launches up an air ball. And back the other way comes Oak Hill. Hasty pass it right to Maddie Evans. And now Maddie Evans out and running. Here's Hudson. Hudson with it. Goes to Evans. Shoot it, Maddie Evans. You're wide open. Evans.
Very sloppy. Very sloppy.
Evans missed it, but man, if you're that wide open, you got to keep shooting it. Offensive foul. Excellent job by Maddie Evans staying in there and taking the charge. You got to keep your head up if you're Madison Grant. The season's not over.
I mean, they're only about halfway through the season. There's still another half. Another half to be played.
Well, you're not going to win the conference if you're Madison Grant. And right now, by the looks
You're
of
not
things, you're
gonna
not
win-
going to win the Grant Four.
Yeah.
So what you do is you're preparing for sectionals. You want to win a sectional because that's when it's the most important.
That is 100% true. Oh, man.
Roby goes up, put it in. Maddie Evans just doesn't have the height that Roby has. It was good defense, just didn't have the height.
Just a lot of turnovers on both sides of the ball. Both teams, I mean, both sides of the court. Both teams are turning the ball over excessively, and that's not good.
Here's Hudson. Hudson kicks it out, Evans. Madison Grant ball off of Oak Hill.
Went off her foot.
It's a 41-12 lead with 1:28 left in the third quarter.
The way I've seen the first two games so far, I know Oak Hill's much different opponent than Mississinewa, but I give the upper hand to Eastbrook in that consolation game if Madison Grant was to go there. I'd give the upper hand to Eastbrook just because they showed they can play a team pretty close.
Hudson three, got it.
And I haven't seen where Madison Grant's really shot the ball well. Other than that shot right there, there's not really been a good shot. So unless she lights a fire under her and her team's rear, I would say Eastbrook's got that game. And right now, I would say Oak Hill has got Mississinewa. But things change.
Evans takes it away. Out and running. Evans got the ball knocked away from her. Back the other way come the Golden Eagles. And, of course, they're going to bring it out and hold for one shot. Hudson fouled her.
Number 5, Houston with the block. Be out of bounds. That's her third foul. Sorry about the times where we don't have a whole lot to say. It's tough for a broadcaster to broadcast a game like this just because of the lopsided affair. It's kind of tough sometimes to, have something to say. It kind of drains us just as much as it drains the fans. So, sorry about that on our part. We're also trying to get some stuff gathered up and ready for the game tonight. So we got 2 really good games coming to you this afternoon. Tonight at 6:30 and tonight at 8 o'clock. As the Mississinewa Indians will take on, most likely, the Oak Hill Golden Eagles.
Floater up for Evans, in and out.
And Eastbrook will most likely take on the Madison Grant Argyles tonight. And that game will be at 6:30 in the consolation game.
41. Wow.
Go ahead and say
that
it,
will
Dalton.
never happen again.
That'll never
Go
happen
ahead.
again. 41-15 on the Nicholson Realty scoreboard. Indians, just kidding. Argyle's down. We'll take a break, and we'll be back here in a minute on the Tribe Sports Network.
333. Insurance Management Group. Insurance Management Group's mission is to be the very best in their field of insurance and risk management. Insurance Management Group strives to provide their clients with an authentic experience by making sure they know the types of coverage available to them, as well as their unique risk. By identifying those risks and teaching their clients how to reduce or eliminate them, they are not just writing insurance policies, they are empowering their clients to take control of the factors in their lives or businesses that could result in a claim. It's impossible to predict the future, which is why insurance is so important. But proper risk management techniques have been proven to make a big difference in their clients' lives. If you have questions or need help with insurance, stop by 959 East 4th Street in Marion and see the gang at Insurance Management Group, or give them a call at 765-66.
Welcome back to Oak Hill High School. Fourth quarter underway. Here is Barnett. Here's Maddie Evans. Evans floats it up. She's fouled. Turn things over to Josh Dakin with the call in the fourth quarter, as Evans connected on a free throw.
Maddie Evans, second free throw here, is up and is good. 41-17. Madison Grant trails. McCorkle with the ball, swings it over to 21. Hasty puts it up, no good. 53 in there, no good. 53 is Marissa Wilk. In my estimation, that's a double dribble, but no call. Man, this is tough. This is tough right here. This is a tough game. 41-17, Madison Grant trails. Hasty with the three-point basket up, no good. Houston rebound. Houston brings it down for Madison Grant. Swings it over to, well, not really a swing. Passes it over to 15. Or 50. Play commercial.
We'll be back after these words from Edward Jones.
Edward Jones, making sense of investing. We value the communities where we work, so we're committed to giving back. You'll find our associates serving clients in our offices, but you'll also find us investing our time and talents to support local organizations and great causes. Many financial advisors are on Chamber of Commerce and serve as board members and event coordinators for local organizations. And our associates volunteer, donate, and support a variety of charitable organizations. Edward Jones.
Welcome back to Oak Hill. Back over to Josh Dakin.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bishop. As always, a pleasure. Smith over to Du Bois. Some of these names are very tricky. I've always had trouble with names, but today it's been major. I'm telling you, I got this congestive sickness. Just messing with my voice and messing with my name calling, but either way, Oak Hill's going to the free throw line once again here for like the 70th time tonight. As we said, it's a bit ugly here. The fans are starting to kind of exit the building as the game continues to get a little out of hand here for Madison Grant. And I'll tell you what, I'll give Madison Grant credit. I thought they played really hard in the first half, and it was a close ball game. But in the second half, usually the better team prevails. And that just goes to show right there what kind of day it's been for Madison Grant. They grab the rebound, and it rolls out of her hands, and it's Oak Hill basketball. It's just been that kind of afternoon for Madison Grant.
Madison Grant has not given up, but I'm telling you, if you can't even grab the ball off of a rebound, you're going to have trouble all season long.
So the third quarter just ended. Dalton, what do you tell your team when you're in the huddle after the third quarter, getting ready to go into the fourth?
Well, if I'm Coach Garassi, I just say, don't give up. Keep playing hard. You know, I mean, you got to stay in the rhythm of basketball because if you just give up and stop playing, this game's going to get even more out of hand. And not only that, you've got a game to play here this evening. You're going to play Eastbrook tonight, and Eastbrook's not a slouch.
No, exactly. I mean, they just almost beat Mississinewa, and I'm telling you, I do think that Eastbrook's the better team. I do. And I know you might not agree, but I think that they'll be favored to win tonight just because the way they played Mississinewa, and I relate Mississinewa more closer to Oak Hill than I would Madison Grant. I just think that Eastbrook will find a way to win because they have a good coach. Not saying that Madison Grant and their staff ain't good. I just think that Eastbrook's the better basketball team because they've had more success.
What I say about this is Madison Grant, they have two very outstanding guards that I don't think Eastbrook can keep up with, the quickness of them. Matty Evans, a three.
And I understand that, but if you look at it, Madison Grant hasn't made any shots with their guards today. Their guards have did nothing except foul. And, I mean, every point Madison Grant has is from pretty much their guards. But when you're not making shots, it doesn't matter how good of a guard you are. Now, yes, Oak Hill's a lot longer and a lot more athletic than Eastbrook. But my thing is, are they going to be able to shoot against Eastbrook? Because they'll zone, which means they won't really give open drives. You're going to have to shoot the ball. Will they be able to shoot the ball? That's the question. And so far, I haven't seen that Madison Grant can make shots. Eastbrook, they only made 1 3. They only shot 1 3. But
well, the thing is, you know, Madison Grant's playing possibly one of the best teams, if not the best girls basketball team in the state.
No, I know.
Eastbrook played Mississinewa, who struggles to beat, you know, teams like Southern Wells, and that's not knocking on Mississinewa, but you know that's what I'm saying is
it's definitely a lot different a competition. I just think that with the way Eastbrook played, that I would have them as the favorite tonight. I'm not saying I think they were the better team today. I'm not saying overall Eastbrook's a better team. I'm just saying right now today, the way that they played, Eastbrook is the better team today so far. That's what I'm saying. I'll give Hudson Houston whatever credit because she still hustling and playing basketball.
We have a timeout on the floor. It's a 30. We'll be back in 30 after these words from Grant County State Bank. Grant County State Bank is proud to be your locally owned community bank. They have been in business since 1939. They are a service-oriented bank, providing their customers with the best in customer care. They have 3 full-service branches for your convenience. These offices are located in Swayze, Sweetser, and Marion. Each office offers the best in experienced professional service. Grant County State Bank, growing in our community. Grant County State Bank. Welcome back inside of the Eagles Nest in Mere, Indiana and Oak Hill High School for the second game of the Grant 4, where Oak Hill is moving on. The game's not over yet, but it's over, but it's not. So Oak Hill is going to be playing Mississinewa in the championship game this evening at around 8 o'clock. And Madison Grant will be playing Eastbrook in the consolation game as Danielle Hudson just got swatted by Aja Smith.
My thing is, let me ask you this question. It's been nipping at my bit all day. Is the town really called Mere?
Mere, Indiana. It's a town about a half a mile long.
Now, could you go ahead and tell me how you pronounce or how do you spell Mere?
M-I-E-R.
And there's actually a sign out there that says Mere, Indiana.
It says Mere right across the road.
That's interesting. I always thought it was Swayze Sweetser, but that works too.
Well, let me tell you, there's not anybody that lives in Mere, Indiana. They live in Sweetser or they live in Swayze because I don't think there's a house in Mere, Indiana.
Well, then how can you call it Mere, Indiana then?
I guess there's a building called Oak Hill High School there. Oak Hill's in Mere, Indiana, and everything else is in Sweetser and Swayze. Boy, oh boy, we got us a wrestling match on the floor. Maddie Evans down on there taking the ball away, and a shot up and in by McKenna Luger.
You know, we call that real wrestling. That was a good one. A little wrestling match on the floor there.
So here we go. The Argyles making a run back. Right there's a takeaway. Hudson's coming away with it. Now Evans picks it up. Spot up and shoot it if you're Maddie Evans.
Well, that's her second steal here in as many minutes. She traveled. And she almost had an over and back. The officials are like, just please get this over with.
Fire it from the volleyball line. You're wide open.
I will say that.
It's not a high-quality shot, but you're wide open.
Madison Grant has played a good game for what they have compared to what Oak Hill has. It's just, it's kind of crazy how Oak Hill can have such a stacked team. I want to say stacked team, just such a good athletes. It's unbelievable. I mean, they've had people in their program like Courtney Moses. Like, where in the world?
I want to know what they put in their water.
Probably chemicals to grow good basketball players, let me tell you. That's the same with their football team. They're usually really good. Now they had an off year this year, but they feed these athletes with some like crazy genetically made corn because, you know, it's a farm growing community. They put something in the corn. Because if you get like 3 basketball players of 6'7", 6'7", and 6'6", you're pretty good. Caleb Millsworth, David Aarons, and Spencer Ballinger. You have to feed them some kind of chemically made corn.
We're down to a minute and 20. It's 43-21. The Argyles have made a little bit of a run here this quarter. Madison Grant on a 4-2 run. Here is Hudson. Now Hudson with it.
And we're down to a minute.
Hudson brings it back out, goes over to Maddie Evans. Now Hudson. Hudson with it. Top of the key goes over to Evans. Maddie inside, Luger out to Hudson. Hudson 3 on the way, no good. A rebound comes down. Evans fighting for it. See, Josh, this is what I see out of Madison Grant that I absolutely love. You're down 22 points, and they're playing like they're only down 1.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think they're playing hard. I have not once said today that I'm questioning how hard they played. I think they played till the very last second, which they are right now. Another steal. That's her 3rd steal in the last 2 minutes.
Nice little show and go, and she missed it.
I'm not saying anything about how hard they're playing. I just don't think they have good enough athletes to compete with Oak Hill. And it's just how it happens. I can't do anything about that. And neither can they, but we'll send it back over to you now.
The final score, Oak Hill 43, Madison Grant 21. We'll be back with a consolation game at 6 o'clock and the championship game at 8.
6:30.
6:30, but we'll be on at around 6:15 with a pregame. And so we'll see you tonight. And remember, as Andy McCord says, if you can dream, dream big.
Yep.
And until next time, so long, everybody.